We're live. Poseidon, way to shush George. Way to shush George. I like your style, Poseidon. Commanding respect in the producer's chair this morning. Welcome, everybody. It is a Friday. It is a brave new world out there. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. The snow in Montreal seems to have subsided, at least for a bit. Still slippery out there. Be careful if you're driving around in Montreal. Still slippery. I saw a couple of people almost hit other cars. It was very entertaining getting here. Patreon.com/Pantelis is where you should be. If you're not, ask yourself some serious questions. That's all I can tell you. 2 Drink Minimum, new episodes are dropping every Wednesday, but Monday they go live on the 2 Drink Minimum channel. Check that out. One of the gentlemen that's calling us from abroad, Phil Balabanos, has his own podcast called Fill My Hole. Link is in the description. New episode just dropped a couple of days ago, and another one is probably coming at the end of this weekend. He talks about curfews. He talks about breaking curfews, busting balls, getting inside crevices. Phil Balabanos, Fill My Hole. Also, the man bringing us the news every morning. George Chickadee, where's my dad? Chandrizos. He's got himself a nice podcast about Padres, fathers, papas, no ladies welcome. All right? It is called the No Ladies Podcast. Is that what it's called, George? Or just us dads? Same difference. We don't care about lady problems, only daddy problems on that podcast. You can catch that link in the description. New episodes are dropping like flies. He's dropping them, doesn't stop them. And they normally come out right after this, right, George? You time them perfectly? Yep. So that people can watch this, get irritated, and then be like, I need to calm down. And then they watch real adults talk after. So it's a good show. It's a good program to play right after this. Just as Dad's, links in the description. Not the only podcast he does. Also has the Backstage podcast, where he finds politicians and other people of interest backstage and asks them hard-hitting questions, such as, where do you want the homeless to go, Mr. Legault? Good questions. Hard-hitting questions. George, bring us in. It's the morning. What kind of news you got for us? Is it homeless death related?
Oh, man, yeah. We're going to talk about that sad little story there, but... yeah, I missed Wednesday, and it's funny because I think it's probably the first time in a while that I hadn't followed the U.S. presidential inauguration. I don't know if you guys saw that.
We were catching glimpses of it during the show. People were sending me messages and stuff, and they're like, did you see this? There's a helicopter there, and stupid things.
I saw Bernie. That's all I saw.
Yeah, so it also didn't seem like a real inauguration.
Memes, man. Honestly, how does it always happen to this guy?
Bernie Sanders?
Like people are looking out for this shit.
Oh,
he's Larry David.
Plus, I said something that turned out I should apologize. Turned out I was wrong, because remember Biden named an assistant health secretary, whatever, the transgender person.
The transgender.
Oh yeah.
And I said like, be cool, man. Apparently, this person has a cool track record, whatever. Stop hating just because it's a transgender person. And it only took 2 days for me to look like an idiot because apparently the transgender person already said one of the things they want to do is go against militant genderism, which is people who say that there's two genders and support. So crazy shit already. So I was like, fuck. I should have kept my mouth shut.
With an E.
Yeah. All right. So not cool.
So look, I mean, it's
I gave her the benefit of the doubt. Okay, I gave her the benefit of the doubt, and then she went all fucking crazy.
Look, guys, this is a new beginning, right? For our American friends, we don't know if it's gonna go well or not for them. Like you said, we're gonna give them all the benefit of the doubt. I did not see the inauguration. I'm not sure how well it went. I heard that
there was a big army.
Well, yeah, well, that's one. There was army everywhere.
Yeah.
But I read up a lot about it, and it seems to have been well received internationally. And he went to work. He went straight to work. The guy from as soon as he was sworn in, he started signing executive orders to kind of turn back the clock from decisions that were made by the Trump administration.
You know what I find
interesting?
interesting?
Any of those were, George?
I know a couple of them.
There's 15 of them. Basically, for now, the most urgent ones were around COVID, the environment, and immigration. There's a few other ones coming. Related to the COVID, he formed a brand new task force. He's bringing back Dr. Fauci to the forefront. Trump had hit him in a closet. I think he was the poor man was hiding somewhere. He didn't let him speak. So he's bringing these people up. There's a whole new strategy in place. He wants to vaccinate 100 million people in his first 100 days in office. So that's a very it's a very huge endeavor. He wants to stop. Ambitious, that's the word, yeah.
The word you were looking for.
he wants to stop the process of the U.S. withdrawing from the World Health Organization. So he wants to get back into, the world scene recognition that the U.S. had before. Not so sure it's a good move. We'll see what happens.
Terrible
With
move.
respect to the environment, I read that he wants to get the U.S. back into the Paris Accord.
That has nothing to do with the
and
environment. It has to do with the U.S. giving other people money. Carry
probably,
on.
look, maybe you're right. I mean, at some point, you need to reestablish some credibility that you feel that they've lost over the last 4 years. Maybe that's a strategy. I don't know. Again,
You're right. You're actually 100% correct. That's what the move is.
I haven't read much, and I'm not so sure if there's any information available on the results that have yielded from the Paris Accord. So I'm not so sure about that either. In
They
terms
don't
of the
really
environment,
make sense. I wouldn't expect much results.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like pay money and the world gets better.
Yeah, it doesn't. What kind of results?
In
do
a
you expect?
nutshell.
yeah. So there was also some other measures to fight climate change. I read that he stopped again the Keystone project, the Keystone Pipeline project from
I remember
Canada.
during the debates when he said he wasn't going to do that. It's
Yeah,
I
so
like
there's nothing
I
to
like
do
it.
with
If
that.
you're gonna lie, you lie on the first fucking day of your presidency. I kind of appreciate
it
this.
too.
I like it.
So yeah, so he did that, and let's just remind everyone that this is Barack Obama that had canceled it, and Donald Trump had reinitiated that whole project, and he held true to his promise. He canceled it. I mean, so it's no surprise the Canadians are upset about that. Jason Kenney, the premier of Alberta, came out swinging. He's like,
The master
Trudeau should
troll.
impose sanctions in the U.S. Dude,
Uh,
calm the fuck down, dude. You know
I
what
had
mean?
a
We're not gonna
dream last
impose-
night that I spoke with Trudeau. Wow, it just came vivid.
What did you guys talk
I
about?
swear to God, I had a dream that I spoke with Trudeau.
What
I
were you guys talking about?
I forgot what happened. I apologized
Oh.
to him for making fun of me. I go, look, man, I went a little hard on you. I know you mean well, and you're just not bright. Like I had a whole, and he's like, what? And I was like, I know you mean well. Like I'm not. I know you're not evil, but God damn it, man, we gotta
You're dumb.
we gotta
You know what
install some kind of IQ test.
You should ask Poseidon to try and approach him during the next parade, if ever it happens in March, and just to see if the snipers are gonna take him down.
Well, here's the thing. I could even approach. He's right there. He's 3 feet. But the thing is, I don't like that. I don't do that. I don't do the like ambush journalism. Look at Trudeau. Like I don't. That's I find that nutty. I don't do it. And also, I don't dislike the guy. I just think it would have been cool to have somebody. Not even. I think that's just my dream saying the dumb thing. But I don't even know if he's dumb anymore. I think it's more naive. I'm starting to believe that he believes. You know what I mean? Like he believes, oh, this is the right thing to do because people around me are telling me to do it. I don't think he's a bad guy.
You could say the same thing about
Everyone.
any politician, almost any politician.
You could, but I won't. But I'll say it for him. Something about it. Like he feels like he's like, look, guys, aren't I doing the right thing? You know?
I mean, I would make that same argument, not for like Hillary Clinton, but or Kamala Harris, but maybe for Sleepy Joe.
Oh, Sleepy Joe's
Maybe
doing that too.
What?
Sleepy Joe's doing that too. Joe Biden's doing the same thing. Joe Biden thinks that he's like, I'm doing the right thing, right, guys? And they're like, yeah, of course you're doing the right thing.
And then Kamala's like,
Thumbs up.
3 more
yeah.
months.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So, anyways, back to Biden. The other measures that I read up that he signed were related to immigration. He's going to stop the construction of the wall at the border of Mexico.
Had they started that? I didn't know they had even started that.
They
we're
started
talking
it,
about
but
it was being developed massively.
yeah,
No,
it
there's
was
a
a
lot
huge part of the wall is done. But I never understood the wall, George, because in this day and age, right, there are many ways to get over a wall. It felt like a waste of money. Like I understand protecting your borders. I'm all for protecting the borders, but I feel like that border's too large to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's not too large. A wall is not efficient, but like lasers could have worked.
There you go. Maybe some fucking lasers from space.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Fucking just smells like frijole. all
Space
the time.
lasers.
Bro, is my dad in on this? What's going on,
Yeah.
bro?
Look at George. he's like,
Poseidon's,
oh my god.
Poseidon's dad made this. Dios mío, Darth Vader. It'll be fucking crazy.
Gus Vader.
So yeah, so in addition to that, he ended the travel ban that Trump had initiated from certain Muslim countries.
Which ones?
I don't know. I couldn't find them.
The
And
bad
Interesting.
ones.
Interesting.
so no, but when you hear Muslim countries, of course, you don't want to be, you don't want to be too too mean. But when you're thinking of countries like I don't know,
France.
Syria, I don't know, Qatar, and all these, Saudi Arabia, or all these countries that even Harper at some point had stopped the travels coming in from those countries. there's some questionable figures, and this has nothing to do with the fact that they're Muslim. It just
No,
has
no,
to
he
do
didn't
with
ban all
it had a
Muslims. They
little
called it the
confusion with
Muslim
it.
ban, but it was the same 5 countries that Obama had. It had banned initially, and the only reason that the ban existed is not because they're Muslim. It's because there was a lot of terrorists coming out of there. There was training camps. They were funding terrorists. That's what the sanctions were about. But we made it seem
so
if
that
it was a
begins
real
to-
Muslim ban, he would block entry from France. So it's not a real thing.
So yeah, and I read that there's some future actions also that he's planning on taking. One, and of course we're gonna wait to see if that actually happens. He wants to remove the ban on military service by transgender Americans. So he wants to block the U.S. funding for programs that are overseas that are linked to abortion.
Wait, hold on. He wants to block trans people from joining the military.
No. He wants to remove the ban that exists for transgender Americans to join the army.
Okay.
So he's allowing them, basically. He wants to allow them to join the military.
It's a good move because he's gonna start some new wars. He's gonna need some people. Anybody he can get, bro.
No,
Okay.
that's
He's
not-
like, and the age now is 10. What? The age? Okay. We got some wars to fight, guys. We had 4 years of no new wars.
Yeah, and in terms of education, I read that he wants to suspend student loans until the end of September, probably because of all of COVID, and also he wants to extend the moratorium that exists already on evictions until the end of March. So these are the urgent ones that will be coming up. We'll see. Look, it's a rush start. I was reading articles. I'm not sure how true it is, but it's these actions are among the fastest ever taken by a president. That's something that I read. I'm not sure how true that is.
I don't know.
But anyways, besides the point, I mean, we'll wait and see. I guess there's a lot of people that have mentioned that it's inspiring confidence again, and that,
Blah 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 blah.
but I mean, at the same time,
That's
you
not
can
true,
look
man.
at
I'm
the
looking at
other
the stock
side
market.
where-
That is not true.
I don't know about that either. And it's not as if the page has turned, right? I mean, the polarization still exists in the U.S., and there's still a big question mark on what Trump will do and how, and if whether or not he will stop feeding, that extreme right, or not him directly, but maybe his policies and his discourse. I'm not so sure it's over. Honestly, I don't know. There was a very worrying picture that I saw yesterday on Instagram where they still have military in the Capitol, but before they were in the hallways, in the cafeteria. Now they were moved to some underground parking garage, so they're sleeping on the floor in some parking garage. Obviously, this is a very biased post. Some probably Republican posts. It's like, this is exactly what Biden is doing with our troops.
Wait, but I
Shoving
have a
them in-
question. Whether it's Republican or not, why are they? What's the military still doing there?
That's a great question.
in case there's anything that still happens, I guess they're still on high alert. I don't know.
Okay, that's
Well, I
interesting.
saw that Antifa and I forget who else, when Biden was inaugurated, they celebrated by burning down part of Seattle.
Yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't see Antifa? Antifa celebrated the inauguration
I
by
have been
by
turning.
burning down the Democrat offices.
I love
Really?
all this shit
Yeah.
that I've been seeing lately that
They're like,
says,
"Fuck you!" They said, "Fuck you! You haven't done what you promised." The guy's been president for 14 minutes.
It's like an hour,
16
an
minutes.
hour after his inauguration.
No, but guys,
I don't.
At-
I turn off.
Antifa doesn't support Biden any more than they supported Trump. It's going to be the same shit.
Yeah,
as
they're
it
gonna be
was
like,
with
"Now
Trump."
you're the man," because they were like, "Get in there, we gotta get rid of the man." And then he gets in there. "Now you're the man, you son of a bitch." And it's children.
I've been watching a lot of I've been seeing a lot of
It's
posts
kids.
by like
They're playing tag.
They're idiots.
Yeah, you're it, old
yeah,
man.
of course they're idiots.
Yeah.
Like moderate. I mean, I guess not radical like QAnon believing Republicans, but like the more moderate body of the Republican camp coming out and saying, I didn't like Joe. I didn't vote for him, but he's my president. I'm not going to be a bitch like you were. Let's go forward. I'm like, okay, this is good
That's good.
discourse, even though I think they're trolling. It's still like that I'm okay with. But at the same time, you have the left saying, if you're not with Antifa, you are fascism. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
come
yeah.
on, guys.
That's not
Like,
the. That's not.
fuck.
That's not the.
no,
They have
guys,
that
that's-
clique. Like they have like AOC and all that. That is like says stupid extreme, but it's imbeciles to say. I think most people in their Congress now they're like, "Yo, we gotta get past this shit."
Yo, AOC is going to be president one day. Watch.
Yo,
I know it's sad and hilarious.
By the
but she
time
will
she's
be.
able to trick enough people to vote for her, there's nothing gonna be left of America. So don't worry about
Well,
that.
see, this is the other challenge now that Biden has. Not only does he have to kind of bridge that gap between the Republicans and the Democrats, but he also has to deal with the fact that within his own party there are factions, right? So there's like that extreme left wing that AOC and all these other ones are going to be pushing for all these platforms, like Bernie Sanders, those kind of people.
It's not gonna be hard to deal with Bernie.
Man, I wish Bernie's
push
fucking
him.
policies made more fiscal sense because I really like Bernie.
I like Bernie too. It's just he's one of the it's like a communist. It's one of those great on paper imaginary politicians. Wouldn't it be great? You don't have to work. We just pay you. Where's the money gonna come from? Why are you asking questions? Why are you asking questions?
Strumbo was posting all his policies yesterday, like $15 minimum wage, free healthcare for all. And people were like attacking George Trumbull up. So like, how are they paying for this? He's like, work in Canada. We have it.
No, we don't.
I mean, we don't really have that.
Yeah, I hate that people lie.
We pay for it.
We don't have the well, yeah.
We don't have free healthcare. Everyone thinks we have. We
No,
don't.
we don't have free healthcare.
I think
Our minimum wage is not $15-16 an hour, and also they take half your money.
Actually,
Especially
what
in
is the
Quebec.
minimum wage now? Isn't it like 14 something?
I have no idea.
I should
Poseidon?
know this.
Why would you know this, George? Do you hire people at minimum
It's
wage? a lot?
$12.50.
It's $12.50. Fuck, it hasn't gone up,
That's
right?
Oh wow, I thought it was higher than that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, of course you did, commie. But it's not.
No, I'm just going on inflation. Like when I started working, it was like minimum wage was like 482.
No, when were you working? In the 70s? Bro, it was $7 when we were
man.
kids.
It was $7 when we were like sick. No, it wasn't 480. It was like 5 something. I was like 13 when I started my first job.
Yeah, they were in the
It was-
$7
It
range.
was it was 5 something. I remember when I was working in the restaurant, I was making
Oh,
five.
yeah, the restaurants was
No,
less
no,
because
no,
you
George, you were a
was
waiter
less.
working in a restaurant. That's different. I'm not talking about waiter wage. I'm talking about general salary wages. When me and Phil were working, they were in the sevens.
Fuck, yeah.
And then you know what they would ask you? Do you remember this, Phil? Which was the dumbest thing. They would ask kids when you're starting to work, what's your desired salary? Like as if you're gonna pick anything over minimum and they're gonna give it to you.
1310 by the way.
I remember
the
this.
minimum
Yeah,
wage.
you remember that? I remember one time because I was like, "Fuck, man, no one's hiring me," and I wrote whatever you want to pay. Like I have no idea. Like,
Whatever you want me to give you a box of sandwiches.
Yeah.
Here you go. All right, let's get back to Canada because some shit happened.
1350 guys, by the way. It's in the chat.
1350?
Yeah, Anna's doing research and shit.
but
cool, thank you.
Anna, it's can you verify that that's a bit too low for right now? Because I feels like it hasn't gone up enough. Like I think last time I worked minimum wage might have been like 10 years ago or whatever, and I was in like the $12-13. Like it doesn't make sense, bro. That it's only
Yeah.
No, it
no,
has
it
gone
doesn't.
up significantly.
No, it's gone up, but I mean with like it doesn't make sense with the shit you gotta buy. Like what can you buy if you
Oh,
work
no,
5
yeah.
hours and they tax you?
You can buy a pack of gum, a coffee, and sadness.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Basically, yeah. You remember last time at the Couche-Tard?
Oh yeah, bro. I sent him to buy water for the studio. What did you buy?
No. One pack of gum and a Perrier bottle, bro. $10.
Come on, fuck. Where did
What?
you go?
$10, bro.
Yeah,
Well, what did you buy? A carton of gum?
it wasn't a carton. It was those little containers that you put in the car.
No,
Perrier bottle, like a big Perrier
a
bottle.
big Perrier
A
bottle.
big Perrier
yeah.
bottle. So
Those
like
cost like $1.99.
it was like $4 for the gum or $3.50 for the gum. It
Yeah,
went to
yeah,
like
yeah.
8 something basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
But
looking and
honestly,
laughing.
During the pandemic, I've noticed like food has significantly increased in price.
Yep.
Like if you go to the grocery store now, like I leave and I've barely bought any meat, just like a bunch of random shit, and I spent $150. Like why?
Is
Where?
Jen Psaki Greek?
She is. She's
okay.
half Irish, half Greek. Yeah.
Okay, because I was like Jen. I don't know, but Psaki sounds Greek.
She's very good.
Who's Shipsaki?
She's the new press secretary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's a redhead there. She's very good. I liked her. I saw her her first press briefing. I was impressed. I think.
You know what I was impressed with yesterday? The press briefing is like, look, what we're gonna do is we're gonna be honest. Even Biden's like, look, we're gonna be honest. When we have failures, we're gonna let you know. We're not gonna lie about it. We're not gonna get aggressive. And then somebody asked him, they goes, what's happening with this vaccine rollout? You guys working on this? Like, come on, man. It's like, bro, this is the same fucking. What are you doing? In the same briefing, if we're gonna be calm, we're gonna be transparent. Somebody asked him a real question. He's like, come on, man, what are you doing?
Shut the fuck
Yeah.
up.
I was like, this is starting off good. This is good. It's Trump 2.0. It's just another 4 years. This is great.
Yeah, but
Day
more retarded.
one.
All right, let's get back to Canada now. Yesterday, I don't know if you guys saw this. There was
I got excited.
There was an independent report that was evaluating the workplace and in general the working environment at Rideau Hall. Rideau Hall is where the Governor General,
Oh shit, it's gonna get real now.
and apparently it was catastrophic. Like this woman is a psycho. The work environment was dysfunctional.
Wait, this
She-
isn't the woman that was the governor general? Wasn't she a space person?
yeah,
an astronaut.
I'm not sure if she's the first Canadian woman to go to space or the first woman altogether to go to space. She was a big figure.
And she was like-
she's super cool. And on paper, guys, on paper, this chick is like super qualified. We're talking about 8 languages. She's like an astronaut. She has all these.
You could be
qualities.
super
it,
qualified
George,
and
it's
still
not
be
like
an asshole.
astronaut. She is an astronaut.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
She's one of those lady astronauts.
You know,
You could
she has,
fly to
like,
the
a
top of
very
that
impressive-
building.
has
No,
a
for real though. She was
impressive-
an astronaut. She was, but you could be overqualified and still be an asshole.
No, exactly.
Yes,
That's the thing, you know.
100%.
So, no, but this is the whole debate that this whole thing has started because Trudeau, the way it works basically with the Governor General. For those that don't know, the Governor General is the head of state in Canada. Okay, so like she's the face when you.
Not
She-
my head of
She represents. She's the Queen's representative to Canada, so she
to
can.
Canada,
She's
but
the one who
also
can veto.
officially- But officially, when you want to put a face to Canada, it's not Justin Trudeau, it's her.
Yeah.
It's the Governor General. That's the role they have. So anyway, and the way it works normally, it's the Queen that picks the Governor General upon recommendation of the Prime Minister. So this is Justin Trudeau that sent the recommendation because he wanted like a superstar figure, woman, super popular, and all this stuff. Obviously, the Queen is not going to say, go fuck yourself. She's okay, it comes from the Prime Minister. We'll accept it. And she became Governor General. Sadly, though, I'm guessing that nobody did any vetting because even from her past,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
like she was in charge of the Canadian Olympic Committee. People hated her. Then she was the director of the Centre des Sciences. Horrible experience. Everybody just they despised her. Right?
There
Very,
was a
very
suggestion
very-
box apparently, and it was all filled with CUNT. It was crazy.
So anyway, so yeah, aggressive behavior, insulting the staffers, verbally abusive, like really bad. So the report comes out, and she resigns apparently for family reasons. We all know
Sure,
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
We
her
all
family
know-
was embarrassed.
Yeah.
That was the reason.
It runs in the family. I'm a bitch.
Her family was embarrassed.
Yeah, that was the reason. Like, what's the family reason? They saw the news
By the
report. They
way-
all yelled at me.
My Phil, my whole fact checker is in the chat saying that she was neither the first woman nor the first woman Canadian. She was just a chick who went to space.
Oh, okay. I thought she was the first Canadian woman to go, but okay.
I
that's-
mean, she went to space. That's kind of cool. You think people were like George, you're saying that there was a history of this. You think she was just really good at her job and lazy people worked under her?
So I had that suspicion until I saw that every job she had, the second she got power, she turned into a bitch. So
Look,
Yeah.
I read that she comes from a very competitive past. Okay, this is a girl that was top at everything. She was top in school. She had to be the best at everything. But that doesn't mean anything, man.
Hates
It-
missionaries.
Look, in her defense, we all know how lazy our politicians are. Like, in her defense, she'd be like, can you have this written up by Monday? And then 3 weeks later, the guy's like, what? Do you expect me to do this? And she's like, listen, you fucking dummy. And he's like, harassment.
She doesn't really delegate anything to anyone. She's completely ceremonial.
No, she's not completely
Almost,
ceremonial.
no?
She has a lot of power. The governor general
She
has power.
does, but she doesn't have day-to-day
Yeah, but
responsibilities.
technically, she could dissolve parliament. She
Yeah.
could call, like she has a lot of power. Like Justin Trudeau, if he wants to, he needs to get her approval
Yeah.
to dissolve and to go into elections. She reads the speech from the throne, basically that starts like a new parliamentary session. Like
So maybe she
Yeah,
came in there with a scepter. It's like, I am the queen's voice. And people are like, holy shit, this is too much.
Look, all I
That's
see
what I
right
would do.
now is
Hear
a
ye,
golden
hear ye.
opportunity.
Subjects
see a
of
golden-
Canada.
Canada.
I would go hardcore if I was her.
No, but
Kiss
seriously,
the
think about
scepter.
it. This is fucking guy. with
Kiss
a
the
damn
scepter. Justinius Trudeau. Kiss the scepter. Yes, like a whore. Yes. You may proceed.
what were you saying, Phil?
I was saying this is a golden opportunity, especially in Quebec, to change the fucking conversation and start talking about abolishing the fucking monarchy. Why do we need a queen?
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's gonna be in Quebec. It's like a federal issue, but yeah, you're
But
right.
it's going to start in Quebec. It always starts in Quebec.
Goddamn right.
Yeah. Well, sorry. I mean, it never ended. I mean,
Well,
it's
no, I
ongoing.
mean, a movement to abolish the monarchy, and I don't mean like fuck the UK. I mean like become actual allies, not a subject people on paper. Why do we need a queen? This is look. The governor general went fucking ape shit was abusing people, the queen approved her. Clearly, she's too old now. We can't trust her judgment.
But they always
Anna, take your feminist bullshit back to work, okay?
Devil's advocate, would this have happened if it was a man? No, because a guy would be able to do that job properly.
Hey!
Carry on.
So, look,
Oh, my wife's
Obviously, I'm busting balls. Of course, it would have happened if it was a guy. If it was a guy, it would have been even worse, actually.
She
I mean,
might
look,
be right though. Would they
Because
have made such
she
a big
could,
deal
she
of it
could,
if it
she
was a
could.
guy?
No, if a guy, it would have been worse. Because she can go into the shadows. People are gonna be like, okay, don't be too aggressive. If it was a guy, it would have been like, cancel him. Make sure he doesn't work anywhere. He's a danger to people around him. No one's saying that about her.
Vagina?
Yeah, all they're saying about her is she's a cunt. Oh, okay. Have you not had a shitty boss? I've had so many. Like the description of her, I was like, I've had bosses like this. I've had literally bosses like that where they plant little shit around just to get pissed off and yell at you. I've had that, men and women. Yeah.
I mean, I can think of a very specific instance of a boss just like that, of someone who I know, and that guy's a piece of shit, and he does similar things.
Yeah, it's habits of. This has nothing to do with men or women. This has to do with certain people. The second they get some power, they just fucking lose it. They're like, I am the queen. You know, they go all kind of crazy. I don't know what it is.
What is that? Is that Orwell also, that quote? Power corrupts?
Oh, I don't know, but that should be
Animal
common
Farm, right?
sense. Like we've seen it now. So, but I've seen people who get power, and it's them with power. Like it's the same
You should
person.
see me on fucking set. I go crazy. A little bit of power, I'm fucking beating people up. Just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's great. I don't know what,
crazy.
but still, like you'll do that, but you won't do psychological warfare, Phil. You know, you'll be like, I want a tight set, but you're not gonna pull psychological warfare on people. Some of these people, like her, they
No, of course not.
It's like they plan the day. They have like 2 hours to plan for work, and the rest is like, how am I gonna make this guy think about killing himself? Like they go crazy. I don't know what the fuck it is. Some people, man, you give them power and they just turn nuts.
Speaking of George Orwell,
I think it was right that she resigned. I mean, the next step would have been Justin Trudeau calling Buckingham Palace to have her removed, which would have been the most embarrassing thing.
That would have been hilarious. Please
It
send
would've been like, yeah, hi, it's Justin. Hello?
send those guys in the red jackets and the tall hats. We gotta get rid of this broad.
send in the royal guard.
Yeah, send in the royal guard. I need a guy with a musket and a scepter.
So maybe we should make Meghan Markle our governor general. That seems completely
Ew.
logical in this fucking climate.
Speaking of George Orwell, by the way, I was
What?
speaking of George Orwell. I'm almost in part 3 of 1984.
Yeah, the fact that it's taking you 1984 days to to read this book is the problem.
No. Like I read like 80 pages last night. Like I put it down, pick it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I like to take my
Really
time
not
with
that
it.
kind of book, but okay.
What?
It's not that type of book. It's like, I remember I was much younger when I read it, but like I read it and like, because you become obsessed with the story. It's moving
Well,
at
that's
such a
what
quick
happened to me last night. Actually, I stayed up until 4 in the morning reading, and then yeah, man, I was getting shivers, bro.
Hey, yo, I just thought of something. Yo, Phil. Because Anna, between I guess everyone here, is probably the most qualified actual working person.
She's a professional, yeah.
She's an actual professional. In this new age, is it beneficial for her to go like super independent and become a consultant?
I mean, that's a very vague question. What would she be consulting?
Whatever she does, what she do? Accounting? Fucking a
Doesn't really
consultant.
do
She goes in.
accounting. Anna, I'm not going to do this because I don't really understand what you do. I mean, you can tell us in the chat.
What up,
She's a managerial accountant.
This
yeah,
is
by
my
trade,
wife. I have no
professional accountant.
idea what she does. Because apparently a lot of businesses are like trimming the fat and they're going to consultants. But those
Which is
contracts,
dumb.
it's dumb for the company, but it's worth a
Yeah.
lot of money for the consultants because they get way more
100%.
than what they do for the year, and they go to different. Yeah, I don't know. It just popped in my head. I was just thinking.
For
I was a
ages.
consultant. It was a great. It was a
consultant.
good
I mean,
time.
It was a very good time. It was a freaking very good time.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make sense if you look at it from like an internal operations standpoint. Like it ends up costing more, but you also don't have a lot of like you don't have to pay
Health
it?
stuff, like all the
health
benefits.
stuff,
Yeah.
whatever their contributions are
Yeah.
after the DAS, a bunch of other things too,
Yeah, yeah.
right? And it's easy to get rid of people.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, maybe.
I don't know. I'm just saying, look into it. I was looking yesterday. I was reading this shit. It's like these fucking people are making $500,000 a year and they're working for fucking 6 months.
Yeah. I mean, right now, Anna
And they're
just
barely
went back
full
to-
time working.
She was on mat leave all of the pandemic, so I mean, let her fucking acclimatize to working from home and me being daddy daycare. And basically every 10 minutes while she's on a call, Anna, does this smell funny? Like the baby. I was like, Anna, is she hot? just constantly interrupting.
Does this smell funny? Phil, that's your poop. It shouldn't even be here.
Why is the baby holding it?
Yeah.
No, yeah, the little one's been sick for a few days, so it's been rough at home.
Anyway, it popped in my head. Think about it. It might be a good
maybe.
business venture.
I'm thinking about it.
I mean for her. I mean for a qualified professional.
I'm a professional.
You're a professional, but you're not as
qualified
qualified. That kind of stuff is like in demand. All that managing, accounting stuff is people pay for that.
Anna once told me, she goes, even when a company goes bankrupt, the last people they're allowed to get rid of because they need them is their accounting.
Yeah, I'm telling you, there's always work.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah.
Anywho.
So Trudeau is a bitch.
But
The Governor General is a cunt. What else?
Well, look, I mean, now the debate is it Trudeau's fault for selecting her? Is it his team's fault for not vetting properly? Do we need a Governor General?
No.
So there's all these questions that come up now. So for now, I mean, Trudeau replaced her temporarily with the Chief Justice, Richard Wagner. So we don't know when he's going to replace her and who it's going to be. I can assume that they've learned a lesson and they're probably going to do quite a little bit of research. Speaking of Parliament Hill,
What
earlier
just happened?
Parliament Hill, P. Hill, Phil,
what-
Illuminati
Oh,
confirmed.
I got really excited there. Sorry.
Wait, but the question I have for you, George, before you move on from this is, how would we realistically? Would it take a national vote? How can we get rid of the Queen? How can we get rid of the monarchy?
I'm not so sure. I think it's a constitutional change.
Yeah. I mean,
and-
no, it's not it's not only a constitutional change because we are not a republic right now, right? Because of the monarchy, we're a constitutional monarchy. We would have to become a
Constitutional
republic.
monarchy. Yeah, or yeah, or yeah, but still, it requires a change of a constitutional change. I don't know if that would require the 7 out of 10 provinces to vote in favor.
I think they would all. Well, I don't know if they would all vote. There's some provinces that are really hardcore for the Queen.
Guaranteed. The movement from Quebec would be really in favor
Of getting rid of the
even
Queen?
though-
You
even
don't
though-
say.
Well, no, even though there are parties over here that are in favor of keeping the system, like the Liberal Party, even the CAQ, I don't think would object. It's really the sovereignist movement in Quebec that is really in favor of getting the Queen out. Across Canada, though, the Queen is very popular. I doubt that it would ever pass.
Understand that.
She's a popular girl
Have you ever
across
noticed-
the land, fighting
conversation-
dragons, has a wizard by her hands.
Have you ever? Okay, so random segue about the Queen. I was watching what's that fucking show on Netflix? The Crown, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's an interesting show. It's very well made. It's cool. And there's even a really fucking cool scene, like in one of the episodes in like 1970s Athens.
Okay.
Like, so you get to see Athens under dictatorship. It's like it's really well done. Because Philip's mother lived as a nun in, the prince.
Yeah, we're gonna talk
His
about
mother
Greece
was-
after, by the way, because George's friend, the Prime Minister of Greece, is pulling some fuckery, and I don't like it.
Mr. Sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, my point was I've noticed that when I talk to other Canadians in general about just the Queen, I'm like, why do people fucking love them? Some people like her, some people don't care, some people are very angry. Obviously, mostly French Canadians hate the monarchy.
I hate the
but
monarchy.
Greek people are always like, yeah, whatever. I've noticed that I've never met Greek people here who are like, yeah, Queen's cool.
No, the Greeks don't like that. That's why we got rid of we don't like royals. Greeks do not like to be
We got
ruled.
like 6 royals. It must be like a cultural thing.
We keep kicking them out. Yeah, we don't like don't like royals. We don't like to be ruled over like that, which is fucking crazy because the only time we ever do anything good is we need someone with an iron fist. We need someone to whip us into shape.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, or else we all do our own thing. That's how it is.
very true.
We always need something
that-
to bring us
that's
together.
deeply ingrained into our culture, though.
What, that we need someone to bring us together? Because normally what
No,
it is
not
like,
that no, not
fuck
that
you,
needing someone
Phil,
to bring us
you
together.
dummy, fuck, and we're arguing this and that, and then something happens externally, and we're like, yo, Phil, don't worry, I got you. Like, I don't know why we're like that. Like,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
takes we can't work together from the beginning. It takes an external threat to be like, no, this you call him a dummy.
Yeah.
No, this is my dummy. Like I don't know why. I don't know why we're like that. We're like brothers. We're like teenage brothers.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Yeah.
It's so true.
If anyone's gonna fuck him up, it's me.
Yeah, I don't know why. We've been like that for thousands of years. I don't get it.
It's so deeply ingrained in the culture. Like even like this year is 200 years since the revolution.
Yeah.
I'm reading that book that I always talk about, which is I can't fucking suggest enough to other people. Like I was reading about it, even though I know these things, reading it in this format now, I was like, so the Greeks revolted and like 5 months in stopped fighting the Ottomans, started fighting each other, while diplomats convinced the great powers to fight the Turks for us, and we continued to just murder each other in like 2 consecutive civil wars.
What book is this? What book
Greece,
is
Greece, Biography of a Nation. It's interesting. I'll send you a link for it if you want to check it out after. It's really cool. You'll enjoy it, George.
Yeah, well, we're fucking. If you look at it in that context, we're hilarious when you look at that. But it's been like this for thousands. This is not a new thing. In ancient Greece, they would do the same fucking thing. They'd be like, "Fuck you, I hate you," none of this and that. They start fighting each other, and then somebody else would show up and they'd be like, "Hold on, bro. Don't worry, I got your back. High five. Let's go." Like,
bro.
it was the stupidest fucking thing.
I
What
get
do you
it
mean they
because
stole your wife?
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, let's get together. I thought you hated me. Oh, but I hate foreigners more.
bro, when my brothers went through high school, you don't understand. We used to get into fist fights. Both my brothers and I. But God forbid they told me, there was a
sorry
situation
about
at
this, guys.
school with other people.
Yeah, go on.
What are you sorry about?
Go on.
Yeah.
Nah, fuck it. I'm not.
Where's this going?
No,
Let's
actually,
do it.
Let's do it. We're ready.
It was just
Try to put yourself on camera for the story.
Yeah,
no,
put yourself on
it
camera.
was a
Sorry.
dumb
People
story
wanna
about
see-
my life. You know what? It doesn't matter anymore.
Did it have anything to do with what we were talking about?
Yes.
What the fuck's wrong
Okay,
with
so
you
then
guys,
put
man?
yeah,
Why are
put
you
him on
treating-
camera. Put on camera. Go on
Yeah.
camera and do it. There you go.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, I'd get all defensive. I'd be like, "Who the fuck with you?" And I'd be like, I'll come to the school, fuck them up." This was me, fucking 18 years old, bro. Well, this is awkward.
Why?
You guys are very quiet.
Oh, I thought there was more. I was listening.
No, it was just. No, it was...
I was giving you a chance to speak because I keep speaking over everyone. I wanted to give you a chance. to finish.
No. It's okay. It's just.
Is that it?
Yeah, that was it.
My apologies.
Oh my god.
George is having the best time right now.
Yeah.
All right, let's move over to Quebec.
Yes.
Sure.
Uh,
Vive le Québec.
Hey, wait. Actually, before we get to Quebec, you want to stick with Greece? What's up with your buddy Mitsotakis?
What happened? I just saw he took his shirt off to show people that he's taking the second dose.
Yeah, that's one
And,
thing.
like, I
He's
forgot to wear a shirt. I don't know. It's like very gangster.
Yeah, whatever. But he's the one who proposed. He's going to the European Union. He's going to the EU Council, and he's like, I propose we get vaccination passports. Nobody's allowed to travel in Europe if they haven't been vaccinated. They don't have a passport. Why don't you shut the fuck up and sit down, buddy? Why don't you shut the fuck up? What are you're forcing people to
on a
get
second.
vaccinated.
Guys, look. You gotta look at this a little bit more objectively. The number of tourists that fly into Greece when this guy's making all this effort to keep everything like kind of controlled. Look, so far I'm really impressed with the way he's handling the COVID crisis.
Yeah, you like him because he took his shirt off, George. Tell the truth.
Yeah, that's exactly what I love. I was looking forward to seeing his nipples on.
Oh, can we see his nipple? I remember his shoulder.
Oh man, he's in good shape. That
What are
fucking
you talking
guy.
about, bro? His whole fucking shirt is off.
Oh, good for him.
I don't remember. I think it was Anna or someone who it must have been Anna because we're in quarantine. I don't see anyone else in person. I showed it to her and she's like, "Why didn't he wear a short sleeve shirt?"
Yeah, exactly. Like, what the hell is going on? It was my reflex too. Like, dude, man, just put a shirt on. You know you're gonna
Too sexy
roll up
for
your
my
sleeve.
shit.
But
No, but what George is gonna say, George, if I can jump in,
yeah,
Europe was gonna do this anyways. Greece depends on European tourism for their GDP, and he had to show support. And if you think
But
about
it's
it,
not support.
Greece-
He's the one who brought it up. That what I'm saying is, why did he propose it?
because now it's creating a sense of comfort to other European travelers that because Greece is on the forefront of this, they're going to be vaccinated. It'll be safe for them to go. Where Greece is having a massive problem because a huge section of their health, professionals, like nurses and doctors, are like, "Oh, whoa, this vaccine seems sketch." Like, this is optics right now because Greeks don't leave Greece. They travel within Greece more than any other European country. So a passport doesn't affect them. It affects us and other Europeans entering.
I don't think it's that bad of an idea, man. Especially if you want to control the virus and you know that it's springtime approaching. You gotta, and don't forget, if you guys remember, last year when we were headed into the summer, Greece actually came up with the idea of creating tourism corridors with certain countries where they were expecting more tourists. I don't know if you guys remember that.
I
So
remember.
they did it with Australia. They did it with Canada and a few other European countries where they required people to get tested before. Greece committed to testing them upon arrival and testing them again before their departure. So they had this kind of agreement because look, Greece depends heavily on the influx of tourism. And if you're making steps now to get the situation kind of controlled, and then you have a bunch of people coming from fucking Florida or I don't know where.
But have them tested is one thing, but basically forcing them to take the vaccine now, when we still don't know everything about it, that's what I'm saying. Is you're forcing? Yeah. It's kind of like you're forcing people to take something that they weren't sure of. Because a lot of people, most people, I think, are uneasy about it right now. They're like, "Let me wait. I'm not too sure."
I don't know if that's true anymore. I think more and more people are becoming comfortable with the idea.
Really?
I think
where are you getting that from?
It's still at an early stage where we don't know much of it. It's mostly the health professionals and the seniors that are getting it.
Yeah.
I haven't heard much in terms of side effects. The only thing we found out last week is that you're still very vulnerable, like the seniors at that senior care facility there. What's called Maimonides, whatever.
Yeah, Maimonides.
Yeah.
Where they were.
But George, if think about how dumb it was what they did. You're vaccinating people in a location where they're closed in with other people during an active outbreak.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're gonna get it. It doesn't make sense.
The problem wasn't that. The problem is that they were told they were going to get the second dose within 2 to 3 weeks, and the government decided, fuck the second dose. We'll just give
that's a different issue. They were tested. They caught it and were tested positive before the 2-3 week period even ended.
Oh, is that
they had an active outbreak and they wasted vaccines. That's what they did.
Okay, I want to laugh at. Well, I'm not laughing at the death, but the doctor that died in India 2 days after getting vaccinated. And then the Indian government's like, it probably has nothing to do with the vaccine. This is India. That makes me laugh. I think that makes me laugh. I'm like, that's fucking amazing. I'm like, you know what? That's a fucking good argument. Could be anything.
No, but here in Quebec, I mean, because we spoke about the curfew last time, the premier came out yesterday, and obviously it's not to anyone's surprise. He suggested, or that he lets slide that the fact that the curfew will most likely get extended past February 8th. Doesn't surprise anyone.
He let slide. Fuck him.
Yeah,
fuck this
They're taking credit for a reduced number of cases already, and it hasn't even been long enough for it to have shown a difference. Like, honestly, at this point, I'm not even going to be diplomatic about it. Like, fuck him.
The premier said that the results are encouraging and that there's more work required in order to get those numbers down. The numbers so far, since yesterday, I think there's over 38,000 people that were vaccinated and over 125 health professionals that were vaccinated. And also the Institut National de la Santé, for the first time, they came out with a projection stating that the numbers of hospitalizations are going to be dropping. So
I have a question.
Hospitalizations, which is probably the most encouraging thing. One thing though, and look, you guys know my opinion about this whole curfew thing. I think it's bullshit. I don't support it. I don't understand it. I don't know why he's not focusing on the schools. I don't know why the kids are going back. It's really not controlled in that environment, and they have to focus more on that. So whatever. But one thing that I appreciated was that he keeps pressuring the federal government to take action on traveling. And
that I can get behind also.
Yeah, honestly. And he's like, you know what, fuck, man, ban non-essential travels. Why isn't Canada doing that? Why? But the land border is closed. You cannot drive into the U.S., but you can take a flight and go into like a COVID-infested state and come back and fuck everybody up. So the other thing that he suggested is that, look, if you're not going to do that, then we're going to forcefully tell people to be quarantined. They're going to be supervised in a hotel, and they will pay for it on their own.
For non-essential travelers.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
So even that, I have absolutely no objection. You went to travel.
It costs me no money. I'm okay with it.
You come back, you're going to be forced to quarantine. We're going to be supervising you. You're not leaving, and you're going to be paying for it. So
what the fuck is George talking about?
Their money.
That's crazy, George.
Why do you think it's crazy?
That's nuts.
Yeah, that's completely absurd. If you're allowing people, it's either you don't allow the travel completely, or if you allow, you can't be like, yes, you're allowed to travel. However, if you do, you're gonna be fucking punished. Okay, so don't allow it if it's that serious. Also, I have a question, guys. I'm reading that the vaccine, they say even if you get both doses, it changes nothing. You could still get COVID, so you still have to have the same measures, all that, right?
Yeah.
So
I've read that
nothing
too,
will
but I
change.
don't
So
know if
what's
it's
the
true.
point of the vaccine?
Less people will die. That's the.
Wait, why
real-
would less people die if it says you still have to do the
You're
same
still at
measures? You could
risk
still
of
get it.
catching it. You're still at risk of catching it. We're not sure if you're still at risk of spreading it, but what they are saying is they are very confident, and I don't know what the numbers are statistically, that it won't be as bad a case if you do get it.
But how do they know?
Unless you're one of the people who would have been a long hauler, as they're calling them, random occurrences where people get all these long-term effects for no reason.
Okay,
I
but
mean, I
then
feel the
nothing
same way.
changes,
I
and
feel
that
the
means
same
that this
way.
is a pointless thing that we're doing. It's a pointless endeavor. That nothing changes.
It feels that way. I mean, look at Brazil. They've achieved like 85%, don't quote me on that number, infection. Okay, they don't have herd immunity yet. Right? So even with a vaccine, we're not achieving herd immunity. If it still can spread between
it doesn't
us
make
just
sense to
without
me. I'm
getting
just
us
saying,
sick.
like, if they would say there's a vaccine, don't worry, we got this. You get 2 doses, you're good, go back to normal. But if it's like, no, it's the same thing. We're giving you the vaccine, but you could still get it. You're living the same life you did before the vaccine. So what the fuck's the point of this vaccine?
I have no idea.
Because it's not 100% accurate, 100% effective. So even if you get vaccinated, what is it, 95?
People are saying we should do what they
90
did in New Zealand, but I don't think sacrificing indigenous people is going to help our situation here.
Speaking of indigenous people, let's talk about that guy.
Before you do it, George, I very rarely say anything positive about Trudeau. And even though I agree with Legault pressuring him to do it in this instance, his answer was one of the best answers Trudeau's ever given, because it wasn't a non-answer. It was, I don't know if we should do that. I'm not sure if it's allowed because it may infringe too far on Canadians' constitutional rights.
Look, I'm going to say something right now. I'm with you, Phil.
Yeah.
I'm with you. However, bullshit, because he's all for
Of course,
infringing
yeah.
on our rights
I
every
didn't
other
say
day.
I liked what he said.
Why I
liked the way
think he,
answered.
you know why I think he answered like that? Because he's trying to say, hey, dickhead, this is my job. I'm in charge of the country. You shut the fuck up. But he said it in a polite way, and he wanted to get people behind him. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
hey, you can't. But again,
Yeah, I agree with you.
ever since I had that dream about Trudeau, me talking to him, I stopped kind of hating him. I'm like, I feel bad, man. I think I overdid it with this guy.
Pantelis had a wet dream with Justin Trudeau, and now he has like a thing.
But don't forget, it's also a stab at Legault for imposing a curfew.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Also, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So,
I like when they fight. I like when mommy and daddy fight.
yeah, but don't forget, that's what Legault also wants, right? He's getting prepared. Next year, it's election year.
Oh, he's
And,
failing miserably.
It's been proven that if you have a conflict with the federal government, your polls are going up in Quebec.
Yeah, but he also has a conflict with the citizens by imposing martial law. Like, that's where he fucked up. The guys that are going to vote for you are now like, whoa, what are you doing? So you're telling me if I give you more power, this is going to go better? Get out of here. I want you to have less power. You're crazy.
Yeah. By the way, have you
I
guys?
gotta step away for a second. I'm stepping away for a second.
So let's just talk about this other sad situation that happened in Montreal the other day. I think it was last weekend.
Yeah.
They found a homeless man in a portable toilet, frozen to death, because the poor guy could not get into the homeless shelter because the homeless shelter was forced to be closed after 9 or 9:30, and he just couldn't make it to the next shelter, wherever the hell it was. So the only solution he thought of was to walk into the portable toilet. And they found him dead the next day. This is a really sad situation. And this guy, he wasn't that old, right? He was in his 50s. The most disturbing thing about this is that the homeless shelter was like a couple steps away. You know what I mean?
But they wouldn't let him in?
It was closed. It's been forced to close from the health authorities at 9:30 because they want to control COVID. Why are you closing down shelters, man? Like, there's an issue. You have the stupid government fining the homeless people on the street past 8 o'clock. They're saying we have nowhere to go. The shelters are closed. What is going on, man? What is going on in the city? I don't know. It fucked me up when I read that news. I'm like, what the hell just happened? How is this even possible in Canada in 2021? You know what I mean?
It's sad more than anything, and also like what we said last week, where we were making fun of Legault for saying, "No, we're not going to change anything about the homeless situation because like people are going to start pretending to be homeless." It's this out of touch. I don't know. I don't know what he thinks regular citizens are. Does he think that regular me, you, people like? Does he think we're all retarded? And we're so amped up to be out after 8 p.m. that we're going to sleep in the street to prove a point. Like, what he says is crazy. They're going to pretend to be homeless because it's so much fun walking around in the cold naked. Like, it's so crazy. It's so crazy.
Well, anyone can pretend to be homeless to avoid. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I can pretend not to have a watch and not know what time it is. Fuck. What is that? Like, fucking nonsense.
Yeah, it's complete lunacy. And this is the kind of shit that I'm telling you. So he's like, oh, next year he wants to. This is the kind of shit that will doom any sort of election for this guy in the future. Because people, hopefully, won't forget this. They won't forget that he doesn't treat human beings like human beings.
So I mean, look, this obviously has opened another can of worms, right? In the sense that why is Quebec so insufficient in terms of the resources and the services towards the homeless? And that's a big issue. That's a big issue, and it's not like it's not new, right? I mean, we've known this for years that they get insufficient resources out there. There's not a lot of help. There's not enough shelters. The shelters that exist are, they have a limited capacity. And now, in addition, I didn't even know that the health authorities are forcing shelters to close. For me, that it makes absolutely no sense. I didn't even know this. I read that in the article. I'm like, why is the shelter closed?
Yeah,
how does that even happen?
How does that help? You know what's crazy about that?
It's your shelter, your homeless shelter. How are you closed at 9?
Well, but no, but not just that. Tell me how this makes sense to you. You know when they set you up to fail, okay? So he's like, homeless people, there's no exemption. You have to go home. They're like, sir, they're called homeless because they don't have a home, you know? And then he's like, on top of it, the only place where they could go that would be a de facto home would be a homeless shelter. And they closed that, that avenue as well. So it's like they're setting them up to die or get ticketed. It's crazy to me.
But
it's
here's
crazy.
the thing. Look, I understand that there may be COVID cases, or because you don't know where these homeless people have been, if they've contracted a disease. Like,
but what do you want to do? You want to kill them? It's fucking absurd.
Exactly. What's the other solution? Like, the same way that hospitals are staying open, even though there's a high risk of COVID infection. Can we not figure out a solution for the homeless shelters? Like, is it that difficult to impose certain measures? I mean,
apparently it is.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, and again, it's not the first homeless man that has died in Quebec winters.
No,
it happens almost every year. But this time, I mean, there shouldn't have been an excuse for this for this guy.
Wasn't he like a couple meters from a homeless shelter, right?
Yeah, it was closed though.
He went. The thing was closed. The guy was suffering. He went into a portable toilet. Like,
when you say closed, do you mean
like
it
the
was
doors were
like shut down, or it was closed for the night?
It was closed for the night. Like, not the thing opens. It's open during the day.
No,
but
I was just curious.
They were forced to close. I think 9 or 9:30, something like that.
But especially with our winters, that should be mostly open at night. That's when it gets really cold.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's crazy that we still have issues like homelessness in 2021.
We're not going to
we
kill
have
them,
not
Phil. We're
solved
not
this.
going with that idea again.
Almost every year, there's homeless people dying in the winter. Okay, outdoors.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Some of them as a result of losing bum fights.
Battle Royale. Sorry.
Yo, Poseidon's so out of it right now.
I didn't get the joke.
You weren't even paying attention. I saw you completely distracted.
What's going on, Poseidon? You all right?
Yeah, he was completely zoning out. What's the matter?
Yeah, I didn't sleep much again.
That's the same thing every day for the record. I've been hearing that for
Well,
months.
you know what happened? It's one day I sleep well, and then the next day I don't. It's like a vicious
I
cycle.
don't understand.
Because
You have very few responsibilities,
No,
no
no, but-
family to take
Okay,
care of, no job. Why aren't you just sleeping?
I'll give you the honest answer because he's going to give you the dishonest answer. I'll give you the honest answer.
Yeah.
He's not mature. What he'll do is he'll have an early morning that tomorrow, let's say. So instead of him preparing for that sleeping at a reasonable time, he'll go to sleep at 5 a.m. because he's playing Call of Duty, watching stuff, whatever, like a child.
No.
So then he won't sleep a lot. He'll wake up tired, frantic. He'll spend the next day tired, frantic, whatever. Instead of sleeping early to catch up, he'll do the same thing. Then the one day that he doesn't have to get up in the morning, he'll oversleep. Like yesterday, he slept till 2. I call him. He woke up at 2 in the afternoon. You know what he tells me at 2 in the afternoon? This is an adult man that wakes up at 2 in the afternoon. You know what he tells me? Overslept a little. 2 in the afternoon. The whole day's over. He's like, I overslept a little. The curfew is in 6 hours. He overslept a little. So, and he keeps doing the cycle of, like stretching. So instead of just being like, okay, tomorrow I have to be early, force myself to sleep. Man,
just put yourself a timer. Tell
Yeah.
yourself 10 p.m.
I do-
Gotta go to bed. It's bedtime.
No.
Drop what you're doing and go to sleep.
you want me to give you? I have extra melatonin.
Yes.
I'll give you- pass by the house.
I was actually
Extra
thinking.
melatonin?
No, I have like an extra bottle of melatonin. It'll help you sleep. I've been taking it to pass the fuck out.
I think.
Really? A lot of people have been taking melatonin. It's like popular now. It's like
Yeah.
trendy,
I've been
I
taking it.
guess.
I've been taking it for a couple of years, like on and off. But like it says, like on the bottle for me and you, you take
Yeah.
2, bro. Fuck that shit. You take like 8 or 10.
What?
Knock out, huh?
Yeah.
8 or 10.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
are
they're
you trying
gummies.
Are you trying to kill me, bro?
No, it doesn't kill you. It doesn't kill you. You're just gonna go to sleep, and then you'll wake up
Yeah,
energized.
for what?
I mean, if
for
you're
like 3
scared of
weeks?
strengthening-
No, you'll be fine.
You just use CBD.
What is that? Is that specifically designed to help you sleep? Or is it
Melatonin,
for
yeah, it
something
calms you down, and you pass out. You go to sleep. But it's not.
Melatonin is what your body releases to help you sleep.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just you're
but
giving yourself more.
yeah, but it's not like sleeping pills. Like you'll if something happens, you'll
No,
wake
no.
up.
Yeah.
It just helps you. So if you turn everything off, you take the melatonin, and it helps you get to sleep. And you actually, you'll actually pass out well. If nobody wakes you up, you're gonna have like a real pass out situation.
No, but I legit, like last night, I had too much energy.
That's what I'm. Well, yeah, because you slept for fucking 19 hours the night before. That's what we're saying. It's the cycle.
You know?
Of course, you're gonna have energy.
No, but even on days that I sleep regular hours, I'll sleep 8 hours. And the next day before, let's say I try to go to bed at midnight sometimes, I can't go to bed until I masturbate.
You know what, Steve? So what do you want us to help you with? We're not gonna jerk you
No,
off.
that's not what I'm saying, but what I like for the energy levels.
Oh, maybe, you know what? In the chat, they're saying that maybe why Steve is saying that the reason why I had a dream about talking to Justin Trudeau and apologizing to him was because the melatonin, maybe because it makes your dreams more vivid. But I genuinely, when I woke up, I felt bad. I felt like I've gone too hard on him. I actually felt bad. I actually felt bad. Like I said, if I really met him in person, I was like, you know what? You're right. You deserve criticism. However, I went too far. I became super Canadian in my dream. Sorry.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Did I hurt
Oh,
your feelings? I'm
fuck,
sorry.
buddy, sorry.
I'm sorry, bud.
Fuck, buddy.
I threw a little way too far there, bud?
Yeah. At least I could admit to it.
Yo, there's some terrible, some scary stuff being said in the chat about melatonin. So you should be careful, apparently.
What did they say?
It fucked Prometheus up.
Pantelis comedy. Actually, I was taking melatonin for 5 to 6 years, and it's a drug. You need to be careful with it. Yeah, you took it 5 6 years. It says don't overdo it. You do it for a month, and then you stop for a while, bro. Why'd you? You took it for 6 years straight, bro. I go on cycles.
Bro, Prometheus couldn't sleep at night. He's like, I stole the fire, and now I can't go home.
Oh, that's a funny name.
like that, eh?
It's a good name. Yeah, good. But yeah, me, I do it for a month. Normally even less than a month, and then you get off it. Because like anything else, then your body gets used to it.
Yeah, well, I was thinking of, because Wednesday I smoked a bit of weed, and it made me feel very good, for the first time in a long time. Because usually weed makes me paranoid.
Drugs are bad. Drugs are illegal. I'm calling the
No,
police.
weed is not illegal.
I'm calling the
We're
police.
fine.
No, because usually weed makes me paranoid, but I guess this strain that I smoked,
You're already so paranoid, it has no more effect on you. Because he's fucking paranoid.
Is he?
Oh,
Yeah.
dude. He's hilarious. He's the reason why I robbed the police last week, is because of him.
I have no word. George is like, I have a real podcast where I have people on that are like professionals and public figures, and now Poseidon's talking about masturbating while high and paranoid.
no, not masturbating.
No, but yeah, if you're going to take melatonin, guys, like look up Prometheus in the chat. You have to be ready to, even though you're going to want it, like after a month, so you could sleep faster, don't. Like, there's got to be limits. It's something like cake or whatever. Like, let's say sometimes it's like midnight and you're in bed. You're like, I like a piece of cake. The thing to do is not eat that piece of cake at midnight. That's the thing to do. Don't fall for
I'm
it.
just going through the chat, and there's a lot of people that know a lot of things about drugs, man.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
what the
I mean, people have a heart, like even me, at my most anxious, at the peak of all of that, the one thing I've never really had an issue with is going to sleep. Like, I sleep. I don't
but-
always sleep
yeah.
well. I'll wake up sometimes, whatever.
But the chat
But
proves
for the most
that
part, I sleep.
no matter how wacky our audience is, they're all very well educated in matters of los drongas.
Yeah.
by the way,
What's Gigi talking about here?
If
Oh,
you-
no, dude, you're not supposed to sleep with a nicotine patch. That'll fuck your shit up.
Yeah.
oh shit.
No.
By the way, just a little, this is completely off topic. It's just something that I saw and I think it's newsworthy. Did you guys see what's happening in Italy?
What is there a pasta fight?
What is happening in Italy?
No, they're like apparently rebelling the government rules and shit. They're all going out to restaurants, opening up their businesses. They don't give a shit anymore.
Oh, they got fed up.
Yeah, they got fed up. They, you know.
My nona's already gone, bro. You're telling me I can't have some fucking meatballs?
And everyone's going out. They're drinking, having a good time. Cops are trying to stop them from going into businesses.
Get the fuck out of here, Claudio. Get the fuck out. I like this. I like the Italians. Good for them.
Wait, why are they in New York all of a sudden?
I don't know. It's the Italian. Yeah, you're right. They should be like, get the fuck out of here, Claudio. Get the fuck out.
I don't want you.
Yeah. Vaffanculo, Massimo, what are you doing? Like, yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I guess they saw what's going on in the States, and now they just want to. What's that song? Va fal americano? They
Yeah.
want to just do that.
They're like, bada pasta, Texas, huh? Texas, the Texas. I'm like, all right.
yeah, no, they're really starting to be like, fuck you. You're not gonna tell me what to do. You know,
Did
they
you guys
went
just hear
through it
that fucking drop in the studio? What was that?
We didn't hear anything.
It's probably my testicles. I'm
Bang,
sorry.
Unless Spiro came in.
What?
I hope
I don't
Spiro
even
comes
know
in.
what to say.
Yo,
I
that's
don't
pretty
keep-
funny. So they're rebelling the Italians.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah, I saw this and I was like, oh shit.
But here's the thing. Don't overdo it. Because here's what I'm saying. We do know that there's still COVID, right? So I agree.
Yeah.
Don't let the government infringe on your rights. But also, in an effort to rebel, don't go around licking handrails and blowing strangers.
Oh no, they're rebelling, but I saw the videos. They were wearing masks.
Okay,
They
that's what
were-
I'm saying.
Yeah.
If they're reasonable,
Okay.
no, I like that.
They
That's
weren't. No, there was no anarchy. It was literally just no.
Italians being like, no, bro, man, I'm
think
gonna do this.
50,000 businesses decided to just open the doors. Fuck it, guys.
I like
serving gloves, mask, everything. Serving
Viva
people,
Italia, bro. I'm all about this.
They
I like that.
respected even social everything.
I like it.
I
But
just don't want to be home anymore.
yeah,
I'm with them.
All right.
I'm
I can get
hip.
behind that.
I'm with it.
I like that. I was like,
Cool.
Je suis cool. I like it.
actually, they did what I think, what I had said early on, what I had thought early on would work if people did the same thing here.
Yeah, let's hear it.
To just open up all their businesses.
What would work if everybody was Italian?
No, if everybody if they did the same thing, meaning like
That's what we did in the summer, and it worked.
Yeah.
It was those goddamn school children. All right.
Rail licking ducking. Oh god, fuck.
Oh, Steve's
Dick
got
sucking.
material with this episode for memes, dude. If anybody saw the episode, the intellectuals we dropped,
Oh yeah.
meme heavy.
What happened with Guido? What's his name?
He was the victim of a tragic assassination
Mexican cartel.
by the Mexican cartel when he was in Mexico. However, Poseidon
I resurrected him.
resurrected him,
Yeah.
doing a dark ritual, becoming Paul Bear, and then praying to demons, and he resurrected him live on the show, and it was very exciting. People did not expect
Paul
it.
Bear.
Yeah, Paul Bear, the Undertaker's old manager, which is funny because the same day that episode dropped, the
Is that what he
episode,
was portraying?
yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Whiteface.
No, it was Paul Bear.
No, it was
he was even
I
doing the
even-
voice.
yeah.
But it's funny because as at the same time that episode dropped, the Rogan episode with the Undertaker dropped.
Yeah.
So it looked like it was planned, but I had no idea. Like,
That's so funny.
yeah. Because people were like, "What are the odds? Why is this like? How fast did they get this done?" But it was just a coincidence. It was 100% a coincidence.
I mean, the intellectual.
That was good. Eh? People were so nervous.
I mean, yeah.
You know how many messages I
hard.
got of people telling me, "Is he dead? What happened? Can we send money, letter, like flowers?" I was like,
Can we send money?
and I wasn't replying to anyone. I was like, no. Because the gag went on for 2 weeks.
Yeah, the people who messaged me, I the only time I replied to them was after it aired. I sent them the link, or you know what I mean, to watch
Yeah.
the episode.
That's good. That's good times. Sorry, George, we cut you off. Carry on.
Well,
No.
George is still here. What's up, George?
Yeah, I got a jet.
George,
Yeah. I
we
was
love
gonna talk
having
about,
you here.
I was going to talk about Derek Sloan getting kicked out of the Conservative Party's caucus, but there's no time.
Okay.
Maybe you guys could look it up and continue that
No,
conversation.
you're going to bring it up
We'll
to
just
us
shoot this
on
shit.
Monday or Wednesday, our next episode. You're going to bring it up to us. Guys, if you like George, and honestly, why wouldn't you? George has 2 other podcasts, one of them being the Backstage Podcast. Look at him. He's wearing a cool Backstage Podcast hat right now. Link in the description. Go to George's website. Subscribe to all his podcasts. There's that one where he catches people backstage, asks them hard-hitting questions, and Just Us Dads, the flagship podcast of the George Tadrizos Network, I guess. Right? That is the big podcast because that's the one that people like because it's calm, it's chill, it's daddies talking about babies. They make fun of women a lot. It's very misogynistic, really.
You just
They-
changed from once. You were talking about the backstage, and then
Yeah.
you started back to describing Just as Dads. You know that, right?
No, that's what I said. I said Just as Dads is the good is the
Oh,
one that
that's the
people like.
flagship.
Yeah, that's the flagship one.
My
So yeah, people are watching that and they're like, it's good because they just talk shit about women. They have babies. Like, who needs ladies? We could handle these babies ourselves. And then always someone's like, well, we need women to make them. It's like, what? It's it's an interesting show. High concept. George, is there a new episode dropping today?
Today at noon. Yeah.
Today at noon. So once you're done with this, look at the links in the description. You think we're done at 12? No, you got another podcast right after us. Just as Dads. Learn how to handle babies. Better than Chris Benoit. Learn how to handle babies. Phil, just in case people don't know, you also are a podcaster. Podcaster. Phil has his own podcast called Fill My Hole, where he goes around asking strangers to fill his hole. You can catch that podcast on Phil's YouTube channel. Link in the description. He fills holes like the curfew challenge, where he challenges imbeciles to go out during curfew, see if they get beaten by the police. So far, 3 people are dead. Fill my hole. Phil Baldanos. Link in the description. You can find Poseidon, who's laughing hysterically, on Twitch, twitch.tv/ThePoseidon69. Fuck everything from the noggin here. Twitter and Instagram, same handle, ThePoseidon69. All right, George.
Live on Twitch a lot more.
George, get the fuck out of here. We'll close the show without you. We love you.
Next week.
New episode,
Later, Georgie.
12 noon, just as Dads.
Das
Yeah.
Vidania, George.
This is all Eastern time zones, by the way. Because I know we got American listeners, we got Western listeners, we got people in Australia. This is Eastern Standard Time when I say 12 noon for George's podcast.
Montreal time.
Yo, I played something last night, Phil.
Was okay,
There's
I'm here.
a video game series that I've always liked. It's called Resident Evil.
Okay.
Very fun game. One of the first games I ever owned on the PlayStation 1 was Resident Evil 2. You kill zombies, but it's evolved and it's become weirder throughout the years. And this new installment, Resident Evil 8 Le Village, is coming out, I believe, in May. They dropped a video on YouTube yesterday where it gave you a trailer and it explained a bit what's going on. It's this first person. You're in like a village. It's fucking creepy. And then they dropped for the PS5 a demo, a showcase of what they're capable of doing for this new game.
And what is to come?
Yeah, you have to escape this dungeon. Then you're in this castle. And it was pretty creepy. And I gotta tell you, I'm excited for this new game when it comes out. It is very, very, it seems creepy and unsettling. I felt watched. I was going up the stairs at one point, and then I noticed there was like some ghost lady wearing like this black lace thing. And I was like, what the fuck? And she's walking in front of me. And I was like, I don't know what to do now. I don't want her to catch me, to see me. And then she just disappeared, which was very creepy. And then I'm walking out. I got a key. I'm like, I'm going to escape this place. As I'm walking down the stairs, I hear a lady tell me, I can see you. You just hear that. And I'm like, what? What the fuck is happening right now? What is happening right now, Phil? It's very scary. And then I got
I don't
killed.
think I like that. That sounds scary.
It was very, very scary.
I got no words, man.
It was very scary, but I liked it so much.
Maybe that's why. Poseidon, have you been playing shit like this? Is that why you're not sleeping?
No.
No, Poseidon doesn't play horror games. He just plays Call of Duty.
And then he calls for the
man.
booty.
Yeah.
Right before bed.
Man, there's something about Warzone.
And Mary.
No, I mean, not actually. The thing is I got tired of Call of Duty, but it's actually specifically Warzone. You know what I mean? It's the I don't know, the intensity you drop in with other 100 something other people, and like it's just a complete mayhem on this humongous map. You know what? I don't know what it is. It's very exhilarating.
I mean, it's I see what you mean. I used to play what was it called? Battlefield Special Forces.
Yeah, you and
this years ago.
You and
Yeah,
President got me into
Maxis.
it. We used to go to
We used to go to
Battle.net.
Battle.net, yeah, and play on LAN parties with a bunch of like Chinese nationals.
Yeah, it was so fun.
And the thing is, you can be very good, but one little mistake can cost you the whole game. You got to be cautious. You know, there's a strategy.
But we were playing on the internet, and I was new. Do you remember that, Phil? Because
remember.
I thought like everyone. I thought the only people playing were the people inside the Battle.net. It was you.
Yeah, that's right.
It was you or Matsis that explained to me because like I go, who the fuck was it? This guy? And then I think Matsis was like, no, dude, it's the internet. Like, it's not him. He's a random Chinese guy playing something else like that. They're on the other side of the planet.
It was like a mixed bag of like people playing. There was Battlefield 1942, which was fun, but you didn't have as much superpowered weaponry.
Yeah.
And what's going on, Poseidon? Is there someone in the studio?
I heard something, but because I have my angles in the studio.
Poseidon, go investigate right now, man. You're my head of
No,
security.
No,
hear noise.
I have my angles to be able to spot stuff without
Okay.
really getting up. No, it's good, but I heard the sound, something drop and nothing.
Okay, because I'm saying if I get
You can just look at
assassinated,
the cameras.
you're the worst head of security ever.
Yeah, but I got my angles, bro. But he's dead. Yeah, but I got my angles, bro.
Yeah.
gotta
Well, I
get up.
saw it happen from an angle.
I wanted to talk about something today. I don't remember what it was now. It just like slipped my mind. Poseidon's fucking tomfoolery threw me off.
What was it? Was it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember on Wednesday, I said whoever is my 100th subscriber, I'll give them something.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So a bunch of people subscribed. Thank you. The problem is YouTube is stupid because I didn't know in the chats. What let me know is that I had actually already achieved 100,
Okay.
but it hadn't updated in days.
Oh yeah, the you have to go to your settings because on the main page, like when you search your thing, it's always delayed by a bit. That's
Okay,
the same
yeah.
thing happened to me.
But I was in YouTube Studio. The reason is because 100 is the first mark of like the first milestone in YouTube's policies where you get access to new features.
Oh really?
I
What'd
mean,
you get?
I had a lot of them because I had grandfathered them in. I basically, the only thing I can change is I can finally correct my custom URL,
Oh nice.
which I used to have as Plus Films, my old company name, and I've wanted to change for a while. But anyways, so there's two ways I can go about this. I can actually go back in time, and I'm asking you what you think I should do, and give the actual 100th subscriber something, or I can give it to the first person who jumped in from the live chat.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I say you split. I say you do both.
I mean, that's fair.
Both would
I
be
think that's
valid.
fair.
Send
I mean,
two
the
gifts.
only thing is the 100th subscriber seems like a bot account.
Well, message him. You message him, you find out if that ever happens. Like,
Well, that's what I'm going to do then. I'll do a half and half, and that means that Alberto gets the one half because he was the first one in. I don't know if he's here today. I haven't seen him in the chat. And assuming that that other person is real, if not, I know who it'll be, but I won't say anything yet.
speaking of which, after this podcast, you gotta come with me, Poseidon. I gotta pack some shirts for patrons. So we're giving out Patreon shirts today, mailing them, and I have one for your guest too, so you can give your guest tomorrow.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
for his podcast.
For his podcast, yeah. He's I'm trying to get him to join the big leagues. You know, give his guests merch and shit,
Some swagger.
some swag.
I'm actually having a really hard time getting guests to commit to a time slot for Fill My Hole because all the guests that I've confirmed, the next like 4,
Yeah.
they're all healthcare in the healthcare world.
Okay.
They've got interesting shit to say that I want to talk to them about, but like obviously they're super busy now. It's a pandemic.
You know what? I don't like that. I don't like that. What kind of health professionals can't handle their shit? They can't handle the schedule, but they're gonna handle COVID. Phil, name names. We're getting them fired.
No, I'm not naming any names. But the thing is, they all want to do it after curfew because I guess they're home or their shift's done or whatever.
Perfect.
But like, I don't have.
Oh, I heard a noise in your studio. That was scary.
Yeah.
Oh, this
the
turned into
whole-
a
the whole
ghost
wall just
podcast. I
cracked.
love it. What?
The whole wall just made a crack sound.
No way.
You know the brick wall I have right here?
Yeah.
Very strange.
If
Anyways,
if it
probably the
starts
guys next
bleeding,
door.
I'm leaving you in there.
Fuck, lock me in, dude. Lock me in if you
Nostos
please.
Dominus.
They want to do it after curfew, and I don't have a setup to do a proper interview from home. Like, and I can't come here because of Papa Logo. Sucks.
Papa
That's what
Logo.
that's fucking Logo's curfew.
Dude, you want me to give you a paper so you can come film?
I mean, I can make myself a paper because technically I
Oh,
have
yeah.
a production. I mean, I have a production company.
I don't know
The
if it
problem is-
Yeah, I don't know if
No, I can. I looked
Okay.
into it. It would work. But the
So-
problem is they don't care. They're just giving the tickets out anyways.
Yeah, but you could contest it after.
Yeah, for you, for example, to get here, you can come from a bunch of side streets and avoid main arteries.
That's
for
what
me,
I've
I
been
need
doing.
to get on a bunch of main arteries to get here. I'm gonna get clipped.
Oh, you want to laugh? You know what happened on Monday? So Monday we're doing 2-drink minimum, right? So I have my letter just in case. We're done. 2-drink minimum. I leave. It's late, but to get home is not that long. And I'm avoiding. I see like trucks cleaning snow. I haven't really seen people, okay? And then I get to like a main artery. Bro, I must have seen like 40 fucking cars driving around. I was like, what in the fuck? Nobody cares about the curfew, which is fine. But I'm just like, there's no way they're going to catch me now. Like, I haven't done, like, I have my paper. I know that I'm allowed to be there, but you're telling me they're all, I even saw people walking. I even saw young kids just chilling.
Really?
Yeah.
I think
Where
Oh,
it's
was this?
more.
Sauvé and Lagady. This was like
Huh.
at 10:30.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think they're enforcing
interesting.
more downtown
I think they're enforcing more downtown is what
Yeah.
he says.
because
I think they're just beating up the homeless.
yeah.
Very interesting. I think I might risk it one night and find out if I need to come here.
Just
to
have
see
your
what
papers.
happens.
Just have your
I'll get all
papers
my
ready.
papers ready. Yeah.
Uh,
Someone said I should print my business registry. Okay. I mean. Okay.
I have the info
Why not?
the info that my lawyer told me to have. I have it
Yeah.
on the paper.
like even me, I saw a cop car pass me the same night we did the 2 drink minimum, and it was weird because I went even from a route that I'm not too seen, you know what I mean? So then, but it's funny because right when I got to my building, it was the main artery, and as soon as I went to take a right to get into my building, they passed right in front of me and they see me, and like I froze, but they just kept going. I was like,
Yeah, so the cop that sent me a message on 2 drink minimum, he's probably right. He's like, yo, most cops do not want to enforce this shit. If you fall on an asshole, you fall on an asshole. But
Yeah.
that's what most cops are like, fuck that. You know, unless it's serious, they're not going to enforce it. So that's what's happening. I think maybe cops are like, you know what, this is dumb, man. We can't have the
That's
entire
comforting.
population of Quebec hating us.
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Unless they're more patrolling like neighborhoods to make sure people aren't gathering than anything. Like, if
maybe.
you're in transit, you're driving somewhere, whatever.
Yeah, which is how the first night they were stopping people on the highway. You were traveling anywhere, they were
Yeah,
just
they were
taking
tracing them. They were
yeah,
tracing people.
like flies. It was crazy. And now I guess they calmed down. They're like, oh yeah, this is not good optics.
On the way to the studio this morning, I saw, five cops having pulled over cars.
Yeah, I saw a lot of. I see them every morning, and I don't understand what the fuck's going on with that. The
I
presence
think
of police is
there's-
massive.
There's a massive police presence just to make people remember that, hey, there's a curfew and there's cops on the street.
But this is the
But
morning.
I think also there's less cars on the road, so it's easier to catch people.
Yeah, but there's all the snow and shit. Who like speeding? Like, what are they stopping?
You know who it must
Their
suck for?
stop sign.
People that have to catch the bus at like to be at work at like I don't know 5:30.
Yeah. That's what's happening. A lot of people were getting ticketed, and they're like, come on, man. Like, I'm going to work.
Hey, are the buses running during the curfew?
Yes.
Like between 8 p.m. and 5 a.m.?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure about
Wait,
that.
what?
Yeah.
Well, essential workers use
Yeah.
the
Essential workers have
public
to get to work, bro.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Why did you
They
get so angry?
essentially need to get there.
No, but also it feels like because I thought they would have cut down on that too because it feels like a waste.
Well, they
of money.
can't because then imagine it's freezing outside. You're a nurse. You finished your shift at 3 a.m. Well, you're not gonna go home.
What about Ubers? Are Ubers allowed to be out and about?
Well, I know that Uber Eats is allowed.
Yeah, they're allowed. It feels like a lot more people have become Uber Eats drivers because of this.
I mean, just get an Uber
Allegedly.
Eats sticker, put on your car, and go wherever the fuck you want.
What do you do? Uber.
No, it's not a sticker.
Why are you speaking like that? It says your name is, John Smith. Uber!
I'm Uber guilty, so I feel weird.
Ba-dum-bum.
Ba-da-bum-bam-ba-na-na. What are we doing here?
What else we got to talk about today? What do we got? Anything you want to talk about specifically?
No, specifically, I just want people to calm down a bit. Like, I'm kind of happy that I see a lot more people moving away from politics now. They're like, okay, like I'm tired of this shit. Because in the beginning, it was like, what the hell is Biden really signing executive orders of shit he promised that he wasn't gonna do? Like he lied. It's like, yeah, he's the politician. That's what they all do. Why are we fucking surprised? Just live your life. You know what I mean? Because we focused on this drama for 4 years. 4 years too much
because it was funny.
because it was funny
As
and it
fuck.
It was funny.
now you're gonna see how calm they're gonna do the shit they used to do, and you're just gonna be powerless.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some new wars. You're gonna figure something out, and you're gonna be more powerless. It's just the way it is. So try to
mean-
focus on yourself.
It's the machine.
Yeah.
The new boss is always the same as the old boss, except in this instance, people like the new boss. That's the only difference.
Okay.
Like the loud people, the screaming people. By the way, random question for the viewers.
Yeah.
Is my audio synced to my video? Because in almost every other episode, it's not. And I know why that was happening. And I changed something today. There's no way for me to check right now. So let me know.
You can check later.
By the way, if this works, what I did,
It's a little
I
bit
just
delayed.
found us a way to get like as many fucking cameras as we want for cheap. Because this cam link that I'm using, which is HD, and it's not a cam link, it's an encoder, it was like $21. Oh, no, it's not, huh? I'm
No.
not in sync. Oh, well, okay.
Yeah, but it's a very faint. Like George's today was way off.
yeah, but George,
George-
I think his
yeah.
his internet was wonky because he was
Yeah.
also very clippy, very choppy.
Yeah, it was only
No,
today though that
George,
his
the
was
difference
like
with
that.
George is he's always been on Wi-Fi and using his webcam. He was using a camera for the first time today.
But I think he was still on Wi-Fi because it was very choppy.
Yeah, so now that he's using the heavier camera, like a proper camera, he needs to hardline and he needs to adjust the audio. He's having the same issue I'm having because the audio is coming in from one source and the video from another. And because I don't have the Rodecaster, which adjusts for that millisecond delay,
Yeah.
yeah.
You remember the Ultimate Warrior?
No, you know I don't know anything about football.
So the Ultimate Warrior, his face paint kind of looks like the Fleur de Lis
Does it?
a bit. It was
Did
making
he
me
play
think
for
about that. If you paint it.
the Saints?
Yeah. Let's see. What the fuck? Let's see. What's going on here? What are they saying in the chat? What the fuck is
Hold on,
bad for
checking.
packet loss? What the fuck is so bad for packet loss? I don't know what that is.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Packet loss. It's a little bit delayed,
Must be
but
a
your
typo.
camera is good quality. Something else. I don't know. Who cares, Phil? Now you start a whole debate in there about your goddamn camera.
I just
now you're
wanted
making
to
people
know if you-
overthink.
I'm
He looks like a
sorry.
Dragon Ball Z character.
Who?
The
Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
Ultimate Warrior.
I don't know why he reminds me of Dragon Ball Z.
You remember?
I can't. I don't know. I don't know what he looks like. So
His
like
face-
what? Like
he was-
Goku or Vegeta or
he-
Piccolo?
he
The hair reminds me of Dragon Ball Z.
he was
Oh,
a a wrestler back in the day, and
Yeah, I remember who he is. I just don't remember what he looks like.
well, the thing people remember about him, he was built Jack. But what happened with him is that all of his promos, because promos were the shit back in the day, were all completely insane. Because like Hulk Hogan will be like, I got these fucking pythons, brother, and I'm gonna use the power in my hands, and I'm gonna crush you. And so it was kind of the direct. You get what he's saying. But the Ultimate Warrior was like, I could feel it in the galaxy. Like he's like, the stars are
Pretty good.
giving me power and shit like that. Like it was all crazy. He's like, the evil that's inside you, I'm gonna cleanse it with some Gatorade, and like just crazy shit. It was, and they're like, yo, this guy on crack. What the fuck is he saying? It was always nonsense. Yeah.
Oh, Gigi said the same thing I said last time to
What?
you.
I told you. I know. I believe you. Thank you, Gigi. I know Poseidon. The only problem is the version of OBS I have running needs to be updated, and I just haven't done it yet.
That's a
'Cause now it's
14-second
built in. It used to
endeavor.
be a plugin.
Yeah, updated.
I just haven't had a chance.
Poseidon, go in there now and flip his fucking table.
Uh,
like I could set it up for you.
yeah, all right. We can set it
He
up.
doesn't want you near him. Because of COVID,
don't
not because
blame
it's you.
I don't blame him.
No, because it's him.
Oh,
You can
because it's
come in.
you.
A lot of people don't
I'm
want
freshly
me.
COVID tested. I'm safe.
I'm gonna go. When'd you? Oh yeah, you COVIDed again.
I had to for the little one. I got tested. I think it was on Monday. Got my results on Tuesday. I haven't been anywhere, so like, anyone wants to lick me, now's the time.
No, I wouldn't take a chance. By the way, were the
Yeah.
doors locked for you downstairs?
When I got here this morning,
Yeah,
no, they were open.
they were locked, but I had the key.
One side, yeah. Oh,
One
for me
side
it was
must have
one
been
side.
locked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't check the far side. I was just angry that it was locked.
Yeah, why are they doing that?
Yeah, well, I had the key, but it was just on principle. I was very angry.
Yeah, no, I'm not
I know.
liking this.
I walked right in. Which do I used the right side of the?
Oh yeah,
entrance.
the left one's locked.
I think it's perpetually locked now.
No. It's perpetually
No?
locked after like 6 or some shit. But
Well, when it's closed, yeah.
yeah, I was. That's why I was pissed. I was like, "What the fuck is happening?
The fuck I do.
The fuck I
I don't
do." So I gotta get
I
you
mean-
a couple of scripts to fill your way for that
Yeah.
sitcom that we're supposed to start filming.
Sure.
I don't know what you're gonna do with it. Like I'm gonna give you the. Like I'm thinking in my head. I'm like, shit. Am I writing impossible stuff to do during this?
I mean, let me look at it and I'll decide. I mean,
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm worried
look,
about.
having not seen it and having known you for the better part of, I don't know, 29 years,
Mhm.
it's probably going to be ridiculous. We'll
That's-
figure it out.
That's not debatable. That it will be ridiculous. It's not more like the content wise is gonna be fun. I just don't know how a lot of the stuff now we're gonna be able to film.
A lot of it's tricky now because of COVID. Like, things become inherently more complicated because you can't access things. And also,
We're getting an investor. We're going
you know
CGI.
what might- you know what might be easier? Getting free labor right now.
Yeah. No, everybody, dude, you know how many people message me and they tell me when we film shit they want to be part of it? They're like, just
Free
feed me.
skilled labor.
Yeah, they
Skilled labor.
just feed me. I want to be part of it. I'm not worried too much about labor. There's a lot of people that want to be involved. Me, it's more of the locations. It's gonna be fucking hard this time around, but we're gonna do it. I'm not giving up.
Shoot one location at me, just a random one that you think is hard.
Well, I wanted like a department store.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, I can maybe swing like a Dollarama. How's that?
Oh, that'll work. I could
I'm
work
just
with
kidding.
that. Oh, God.
Can
I could work with
absolutely
that.
cannot swing a Dollarama. I know a place that can. Nah, they changed how it looks inside. I was thinking of that weird Greek souvenir shop in Laval.
Negative.
It's like a Delphi variety, but in Laval.
I don't
What
know
about
much
Delphi?
about the truth is I don't know much about Laval.
Oh, okay. That's
Like
fair.
I only know the points of interest that I've been to. Like I got my barber is there.
Yeah.
I know where the palace is. I know like the mall. Like that's basically it. Like Gallerias. Like I know where that
there's
is. The
not
shitty
much
area.
more to do in Laval. Is Galleria still around? Does that exist?
Well, I think I see when I drive. You know that the Recreatech, Which
It's
so
gone.
for people who don't know, the Recreatech growing up, it was like this massive
Oh
building,
my god.
massive building that inside it had arcades and shit. It was like for kids, but it was so weird. It was in like the worst spot to be in, but it had all kinds of stuff to keep your kids entertained all day. It's very.
There's like rollerblading and bowling and like fucking jungle gyms and shit.
It was huge. It
was-
was huge.
I had the grandest of times in
The recreational tech.
Yeah.
Me, it was very dangerous when I was there. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
They used to take us in elementary school. You remember? Once a year, we'd go to the rec.
I had never been. I went when I was in high school, early in high school, when I was hanging out with the wrong crowd. I remember because I just went there for a fight. But it was very
roller disco fight.
a roller disco fight. No, I remember going in there fighting with kids. But it was such a cool concept. It was such a cool place, and now it's destroyed.
It's gone. I think they're building.
They're building probably condos, maybe.
Oh yeah, for sure, I believe it.
Yeah, they because they're excavating. Like it's completely. It's not like it's abandoned. It's completely done.
No, I drove by. I went to Laval the other day when I got that ticket, and I drove by there. I'm like, oh, the rec's gone. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, Laval is. Laval's Laval. There's nothing really that interesting to do there. There's the mall, and if you live there, you live there. That's it.
Yeah, the only place I like about Laval is Centropolis.
And LDS.
Carrefour Laval.
The problem with Centropolis, bro, I don't know. The layout is fucking weird. It
Confuses me also.
it confuses me a bit, and there's too many fucking people.
Centropolis.
Yeah.
It's all
No,
outdoors.
not saying. Oh fuck, sorry. I was thinking of the mall.
Carrefour.
Carrefour. I was thinking. No. Actually, Centropolis. I like Centropolis.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's got in the summers. It's got a very nice vibe to it, especially.
Yeah, in the summer is nice, yeah.
Terraces, you're chilling,
I
having
mean,
a drink.
Distraunt has the same kind of vibe in the summer in South Shore.
But Zistrant
would
will take
argue
us
that it's
forever to get
nicer.
to.
Yeah,
It takes us 3 minutes to drive to Centropolis.
yeah.
Distraunt for me, because I live further south, it's not that far. It's annoying. I hate going to the South Shore, but it's really not that far.
Yeah.
To like, if you want to go and spend the day walking around, like it's not Mirabel, you know.
Yeah.
Remember when the airport was so fucking far? You had to leave 2 hours before.
Dude, when I was young, that was in Mirabel, no?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That was what?
It was in Mirabel, the airport.
Yeah, the Mirabel airport. Like
Yeah.
the idea that a city like Montreal had an airport so far, it's just mind blowing to me. Like the airport for me now is literally it's like a 6.5 minute drive, not even.
Yeah, for me too. Now it's like I know where it's instant, the Trudeau one.
Yeah.
But it's funny because you say it like that because so when you have to be 2 hours early for a flight.
Yeah, you have to leave in the morning. Fuck,
Yeah, because
you
you
want
have
to
it
fly
takes
at
you
night.
2 hours to get there 2 hours early.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened to me last year in Texas when I was in Houston where I landed, but the gig was in where the fuck Texas A&M is. So it was like 2 hours away, and I had the rental car. So the morning I was fucked because I had to leave really early because my plane would fly like at 8 or 9 or whatever. But you have to be there 2 hours before, and it takes me 2 hours to get there, and I had to drop off the car. So it's just me in the middle of the night, bro. Just me driving to Houston. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah, but the States is, especially the southern United States, like things are inherently really far. Like I remember when I
Yeah.
was in Florida and I couldn't find cheap flights for like Fort Lauderdale, to fly in to Fort Lauderdale. They're like, oh, just fly to Miami. And the place I had to be was at FLL, like at the International Airport of Fort Lauderdale, right? In Hollywood or whatever it is there.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, just fly to Miami. It's like, it's super close. I'm like,
It's
"Oh,
like an hour and a half,
I'm
bro."
Like, it's a fucking hour. I'm not driving an hour. They're like, what do you mean? It's right there. I was like, it's an hour. They're like, I don't understand.
Yeah, no.
Like the furthest I go from home here is like 18-minute drive, and I'm like, oh boy, what a drive.
The funniest to me was the first time in LA. I had to go somewhere in not Malibu. Oh, maybe near Malibu. But anyways, I asked, so how long is it gonna take him to get there? Like where? And the guy's like, oh, it depends. What time are you leaving? I was like, what do you mean?
Oh yeah.
He's like, like what time are you leaving? Like what time is your appointment? What time is your meeting? I was like, what does that matter? Just tell me how long it's gonna get there. I'll plan my shit. He's like, no. If your meeting's in the morning, it's gonna take you this much time. If your meeting's in the afternoon, it'll take you. If it's at lunch, I'm like, what are you fucking joking? It's the same distance. He's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Because of the
that's
fucking
true
traffic.
here also.
No, are you crazy? That doesn't happen here.
I mean, it'll affect you within.
Yeah,
10,
you'll
15
get 10,
minutes,
15
not
minutes
an
late.
hour.
There,
Yeah.
your whole day changes.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
here it's not that bad. Yeah.
I mean, traffic can be pretty nasty here, but not like I remember. Remember when you gave me that gig when you were at the agency and I went to Boston?
Yeah, that was fun.
So Anna and I and the weird photo rapist that you sent with us.
I didn't know he was a photo rapist yet.
I know at the time you didn't know, but yeah.
What's a
So
photo
that guy and the
rapist?
two models.
Wait, didn't we get rid of that guy?
He was still there though.
I got rid of him for you. It was you or him. Remember? No, the photo rapist didn't come with you. I got rid of him so that you can go.
No, the photo rapist came with me.
No. How did you get?
No, you're thinking about the weirdo video guy that you didn't like. I'm talking about the photographer who came to shoot all the photos. He was there. I remember.
Oh, I don't remember him.
I mean,
I remember the
him
guy that
well,
was the guy that they like a woman messaged me, like a model sent me a message, and she goes, "Yo, this guy, just so you know, in our industry, he started raping models or something." I was like, "What, are you joking?" She's like, "No, I wouldn't lie to you. This is a stranger. Why wouldn't you lie to me?" But anyways, we did some digging, and she was correct. So I said, "You know what I'm doing?
I remember
You're fired."
finding out.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
You called, you texted that to me, and then I started. Anna was driving. She had come with me, and I remember we're like 5 minutes from the U.S. border. He's in the car behind us, a minivan, suspiciously, with two models who I don't know, a man and a woman, a girl and a boy. They were young, and I'm like 5 minutes from the the checkpoint of the U.S. border, and you're like, "Yo, the guy's a rapist." I'm like, "What?" That's with him in the car behind me. So when they asked me, like, "Are you traveling alone?" I'm like, "Yep." He's like, "No other cars." I'm like, "No."
But it was funny. It was funny because I was like, because I had to confront him, and it wasn't
Yeah, I
like a
remember
case of it's a smear campaign. It was a
Oh,
case
that's
of
what happened. We
Yeah.
didn't get rid of him. You just refused to pay him because he
no,
was a rapist.
no. I didn't refuse to pay him. I remember I had got rid of him, but I remember telling him like, because I thought he was going to defend himself, be like, look, it's a smear campaign. But he was like, it's just these girls.
The next thing you know,
yeah,
you're a
like-
rapist.
Like, I don't know. I was like, they're saying no, but do they like weird shit? I was like, bro, you have models, bro. You're trying to rape them. Get the fuck out of here.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ, bro.
I mean, in the years after that, I encountered a lot of people who asked me about him because
But I didn't pay him. That's true. Yeah. We get the
You
fuck
didn't?
out of here. No, because I'm not gonna pay a rapist, but I'm not gonna. That's like I'm for rape. I'm
Remember
very
that.
much against rape.
Hey, the reason I brought up this story because we're talking about traffic. The gig was in Somerville, Massachusetts, right? Which is right across like one of the rivers that goes around Boston. We got stuck in a traffic jam one night. I fucking shit you not. We were on this little tiny side street. It looked like, like kind of like the Mile End around here, very industrial. The car didn't move for 3 hours.
Okay.
Okay, we just sat there in fucking traffic. Like,
Where
at
was
the
this?
Traffic jam. What?
Where was this?
This was in Somerville,
Okay.
Massachusetts.
I thought I knew traffic until my first time in California, where I remember a phone call of why are you late? Because I had to go to Orange County.
Yeah,
and
God, that's
and me
far.
being like, I don't understand. It was, bro, the highway was so many lanes, bro, and you weren't
Lanes or
moving.
something.
And like, you're experiencing some of that LA traffic, huh? Yeah, like time stands still. And I was like, time went backwards. I think I'm in the 1950s. Like, I was going crazy. I was like, what the fuck? There's so many lanes and no one's moving.
You know, when I was in LA, I never experienced that type of traffic on the highways. I mean, I experienced it trying to go up to the Griffith Observatory.
I've had
Like, it was sunset. People wanted to get up there. It was chaos. But like traffic, I never saw. In San Francisco, I saw a bit, but nothing like, nothing to write home about.
What the fuck
But
is
Somerville
Steve
is the
saying in the
worst.
chat, bro? That's fucked up.
What are they saying?
Steve in the chat, he goes, did you see a 10-year-old girl that killed herself on TikTok?
Yeah, it's called the Scarf Challenge.
The fuck is the scarf challenge?
What the fuck is that?
I don't know. I'm
And
reading
she
about it
died
right now. I
live, like
Googled
she
it.
was.
The girl
I'm
10
so afraid of
accidentally
raising children.
Oh, she
in this
accidentally
world,
killed
honestly.
herself.
accidentally kills herself by
Oh.
trying the TikTok blackout challenge.
What's the blackout challenge?
Probably
Oh,
like that. Remember that
shit.
dumb shit in high school with the locker thing?
No, I didn't. What? What locker
What are you
thing?
talking
Like,
about?
Nah, never mind.
No, I
Simon's
wanna
younger,
know, I
so
wanna
he
know.
must have done some stupid shit.
No, I never did that.
Tell
But
me.
some kids would do it. They would press on your chest, and you would hold your breath, and then you'd black out, and then they'd bring you back, type of shit.
Nobody ever did that shit to me.
Actually, a
No,
lot
they
of
didn't do
people
it to
did
me,
that
but
shit
some
even when I was
people
in high
did that.
school.
Yeah.
I was at a house party when I was 15, and Chris, Chris, who I'm talking about,
Yeah, yeah.
our friend,
Chrissy
he
V.
goes to me, bro, you want to do the blackout? I'm like, what's that? He goes, watch this. He didn't tell me what he was doing, so it's not like I knowingly agreed. He just came around behind me, put me in a headlock, and like blacked me out. And I came back, and he's like, pretty cool, right? I'm like, no, not fucking cool, bro.
What a
What the fuck?
What?
He's like, no, okay, now do me. I'm like, because he would
Oh, no.
drink or he was smoking, I forget, and he would hold his breath and he would make you black him out. I'm like, dude, you're killing your brain cells.
That's not
I
for
was
me.
always like the cautious friend in that group.
That was not for me. My accidents would all be retarded related. Like, because when we're playing hockey, we started using smelling. I'm the one who introduced smelling salts to the team. to help us in the third period to jack up. But you know how I discovered smelling salts? I was at the gym with Harry. And I'm like, what is this? He's like, oh, those are smelling salts. And I'm sitting in the chair. I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, oh, it wakes you up if you get knocked out or this and that.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, it's like, it's ammonia.
What
Where the
are
fuck.
smelling salts?
It's ammonia, I think. And so
Is it?
yeah,
Okay.
so I crack it and I'm like this. I'm like, oh, what do you mean you smell? How does the smell wake you up? And I do this, whoa! And my head hits the back, my head hits the wall, and I fucking crack my head open. Because I wasn't expecting it. I took this giant whiff. Whoa, like that. It just fucking, what the
I've
fuck?
never
And it just.
smelled a smelling salt. I don't even
Oh,
know. what it
I
smells
used
like.
to. It was my strategy. I used to do in the third period sometimes. Like the players that I needed, I would go around cracking them behind the bench. Like, bro, take the smell. What the fuck? You know, just to wake them up.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
I've only ever blacked out once in my life, and it was that time. And I was fucking furious about it. I'm like, how could you do that and not tell me?
But coming back to
Yeah.
this, a 10-year-old girl was declared brain dead Thursday at a hospital in Palermo.
This is
in
horrible.
Italy. She suffered from cardiac arrest after trying the blackout challenge on TikTok. Doctors said the patient was too far gone despite trying the best to save her.
Jesus.
Hold on, the blackout challenge. No. I want to know what the challenge is though.
Yeah. Well, the
I thought
challenge is
she
probably
hung
to get
herself.
Blacked out on TikTok.
On the with a milder variant called the pass out challenge has been circulating on social media platforms, including TikTok, over the last year. It is currently considered to be one of the most trending challenges on TikTok. That's not the most trending.
This is crazy.
Also known
Why
as
is
the
10
fainting
year-old
game.
allowed on TikTok?
What do you mean? It's why wouldn't they be allowed on? It's mostly kids. Like there's different sections in there.
No, I don't mean according to their policies. I mean, why? Like, I mean, I shouldn't talk. My kids are so young. Who knows what it'll be like in 6 years?
Yeah.
But like, I don't feel like a 10-year-old should have access to the internet unsupervised.
I'm with
I
you on
say
this.
as I tell my
Christ.
daughter, okay, watch some YouTube, and I
Yeah,
wander
no,
off.
I'm with you
so I
on
can
it. They
do something.
shouldn't. Like this is fucked up, bro. It's a needless death.
God
That
damn.
girl didn't need to die. Like
No, and you can't even say like, oh, she was dumb. She was 10.
she's 10. It is needless.
Yeah.
Oh, and her 5-year-old sister found her. That poor other kid too now.
Okay, you got to bring up another topic, Poseidon, man. Like that's fucked up.
Dark
This is
and
the goddamn
sad,
morning
Poseidon.
show, dude.
Okay.
Talk about something happy.
Yeah, I don't want to start my day like this. I feel like choking you now.
Start your morning off right. What is this? The Elias Mako show? Fuck.
Yeah,
Jesus.
we're depressing people. Phil's starting a rivalry. I like it.
Yeah.
Trump returns
I mean,
to
he
family
seems like a
business
fun
empire
guy,
hit hard by
honestly.
pandemic.
What'd you say?
Trump returns to family business empire hit hard by pandemic.
Yeah, no shit. Yo, speaking of Trump, you know what I want to know? So every
you want to
president, when the outgoing president leaves a letter,
And
that's
library.
only for the incoming president to read. Okay.
Yeah.
And there's been some special ones that have been released in the past, and like they're pretty good. Anyways, so Joe Biden received one of those letters when he went into the Oval Office in the the Resolute desk. There was a
Resolute
letter
desk,
from Trump. Now, just telling you that, you could imagine it could say things like, "Hey Joe, I remember go fuck yourself," or whatever, right? However, Joe Biden. Joe Biden said that the contents of the letter, he goes, it was actually a very generous letter. Very generous, very helpful, he said. However, I cannot disclose the contents of it unless I ask for permission from the guy who wrote it, Donald Trump.
I mean, that
And-
seems fair.
It seems fucking fair, but I am so curious now as to what was written in that letter that Joe would describe it as very generous. Because normally, especially the way they were talking about each other, it would have been more like, yeah, I didn't want him at the inauguration. I don't care about this letter. It's stupid, you know? So I'm very, very,
Yeah.
very curious to know
I
what's
saw a
written.
bunch of memes saying, like Trump going, Melania, did you leave the wrong letter?
That'd be
What
so funny.
letter?
What letter? Yeah, that'd be so
I saw a
funny.
bunch of those, but I mean, I'm kind of curious too. I don't think he would leave like a petty.
No, well, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I don't think he should have. I think, you're an outgoing president. You leave a good letter. But I'm very curious
just
now as to
covered
what
in
it's-
fucking. He called it generous because there's like food crumbs on it, like ketchup stains and Diet Coke.
why is it generous? And Biden's like, there's a lot of coupons here for the Olive Garden. He cares about my breadstick needs.
Oh, Joe, he loves those breadsticks, Sleepy Joe.
So I'm very curious as to what was written.
Wonder.
Yeah.
Unless, but again, he may never disclose that and never ask Trump if he can, and he only said that because he wants to be a unity president.
Yeah.
Like maybe Trump wrote, "You fucking piece of shit.
I
This is
doubt
my
it.
election. but whatever, good luck, you know, do the best you can. Not as good as me because I'm the best. Not as good. You'll say
No,
things, but you'll
no. I think if he had that, like knowing his character now, Biden, he would have probably been like, yeah, he left a letter. Okay, I'm surprised this fucker could spell. Like that's what he, you know. But the fact that he said it was a very generous letter, and I'd like to let you guys know, but I have to ask him for permission. Yeah.
I'm curious. I wonder what Trump's gonna do now. Like, not in his private life, but like as a public figure, what he'll be like.
Wait, what? I'm
What?
pretty sure there was 500 shredded truck destroying all kinds of documents. He goes, Steve says, you know, when Trump was live on TV and said that code word luck. I don't know. I don't know what Steve's talking about. Is this some
Steve, are you in the
Illuminati?
Q hole? Did you go down the Q rabbit
Is
hole?
this
What's going
Illuminati
on?
soldier of God shit again, Poseidon?
I don't know.
I have no clue what he's talking about. I would just leave a drawing of a penis with the word "make of this what you will." No, I'd leave a good. I mean, it's still your country, right? I'd leave a good letter. I would be like, "Yo, watch out for Mitch McConnell. Watch out for Nancy's a bitch." You know, like I'd leave something like that. Watch out for this person. Watch out for that person. That's what I would do.
Tuesdays in the cafeteria, they have the best green jello.
Aliens are fucking real. Wait for it.
You know what I've been watching? Oh, now you said aliens. I've been watching the mystery or the legend, or I forget what the intro is. Skinwalker Ranch.
Oh, where? What?
Do you know about Skinwalker Ranch?
Is Skinwalker Ranch? Is that where they're saying that all the alien shit is happening?
Like weird shit's just happening, like
Yeah.
cattle mutilations, lights in the sky, beams of light appearing from inside of a ridge. So like I started watching it 2 nights ago. Yo, this shit's crazy.
All
And
of that
it's
alien
probably
stuff.
real, and I don't mean aliens real, but it looks like the whole area is fucking contaminated with radiation from the bomb tests in the 50s.
I believe that.
Like there's weird shit going on. One guy was digging a hole and his scalp detached from his skull. Yeah. It just bloop.
What the fuck is that about?
And it's like documented with photos. He had to go to the hospital.
Like
to
it ripped
survive.
open?
No. It just like there's a tissue membrane between the scalp and the skull.
Yeah.
It just like filled with liquid all of a sudden.
Oh, bro, what
Like-
the fuck?
How fucked is that? That's probably radiation poisoning.
No idea. What?
But yeah, it's so interesting all this shit, man.
Did
I was
you
talking about it on not Skinwalker Ranch, but like on the last episode of Fill My Hole because I had my guest like backed out last second. I did like a whole Bigfoot thing. But like I love watching this shit, this cryptozoology and like mysteries, because there's no fucking answers. It's so interesting.
Well, did you see that scientist on Rogan who was talking about that Muamua? He was on Lex Friedman's show too. First,
Muamua?
remember that space object that they thought was an asteroid at first, and they said it was a comet. That long one, that thin one.
I don't remember this at all.
Oh, really? Oh, this was pretty fucking cool. Anyways, he's
Muamua?
yeah. Go more. Type in more alien. You'll find it. And then he's the one who he's like, actually,
Found it.
this is like, this looks like evidence is pointing to this like just being something from another galaxy visiting us. And he was saying this whole thing. And
Interstellar asteroid, the first one we've ever seen.
yeah, and he was, and apparently the scientific community was angry with him, not even ridiculed, angry with him
Why?
for saying that. And he's like, well, I'm just saying, look at the evidence and let's just investigate. And they're like, no, we already decided, we said what it was. They get mad at that shit.
But what are they mad about?
They're mad that he said that because now it's opening up a whole new door. Because basically
But
he
what's the door?
provided evidence that what they were saying,
Was wrong.
yeah, because first they're saying it was a comet, but all the stuff that identifies a comet wasn't there. So it's like, okay, so you know it's not a comet. Okay, so let's say it's an asteroid. And all the stuff that was there is like, okay, well, you don't have that. You know what I mean? So
I didn't
what
know
is it?
asteroids. I mean, I guess that's why I didn't know because we've never realized it until we saw one. I didn't know asteroids could go between galaxies. I thought they stay within their.
Well, but that's the whole thing. That's why he's saying, he
Huh.
goes, this seems, and also the way it's being propelled, like it has extra energy, like some force or whatever. And he goes, it's
Interesting.
yeah, that's what he was saying. He goes, all I'm saying is interesting. He goes, I'm just saying we should study and think about it. And they were really pissed at him. It's like
Huh.
the size of a football field, I think.
This thing is really cool. It's like a fucking. I mean, it looks like what they describe UFOs, like cigar shape.
Yeah,
But it
it's a
looks like a
cigar
ball.
shape. It's long, and he thinks it's Oh, and then what he says is like, so where's the power coming from? He goes, we can't see any thrust or anything. He goes, and then he goes, the way it reflects, like at certain times of the day, it's a reflection of the sun that's on it, right? So they're trying to figure out what the full shape is of it, and then he goes, now we actually have technology. People have been using it to use the sun to reflect it on it, to use the sun to propel objects.
Solar sails.
Yeah, exactly. And he goes, and that's what they're already talking about now for travel in space in far distances. He goes, so it was pretty interesting.
I keep seeing these pictures of it, but I realized this is not a photo. I'm so dumb. Like I was like, whoa, it's so cool. This is like a rendering.
Oh yeah, no,
we don't
no,
know what it looks
yeah,
like.
no. The photos that you see is only those far telescope shit ones.
Yeah.
It's very far away.
Interesting.
Like when they
I'm
say,
gonna look into this later. It's
yeah,
pretty
when
cool.
they say close to us, they mean, and in like galaxy terms, it's fucking far.
Yeah, close enough that we can get a fucking
With
something on it,
with
like
a
an
badass
infrared
telescope.
light or whatever.
Yeah, exactly, which makes it hard
It
for us
does
to
look
see.
like a big turd. Yeah, Rami, it does.
He's big turd. All that shit's interesting. And plus, we have that whole
Interstellar
disclosure event happening. Let's see what they disclose this time.
They're not going to disclose anything new. It's going to be the same shit.
Yeah, people were telling me that don't expect much. All they're gonna do is, the basic what they did in the summer. So in the summer, in New York Times, everything, they posted those articles about like the Tic Tac UFO and stuff that we had already videos of and documented people speaking about it, but the CIA was denying it. Basically, the CIA said, okay, it's true. So they said they're gonna do the same thing. They're not gonna disclose anything new. They're just gonna confirm certain stuff that's already out in public. They're gonna confirm like, yeah, it's not a hoax, that's real. But already with that information, we haven't been able to figure anything out. So even if all they change is it's not a hoax, well, even with that information being out there now, we still can't figure anything out. So you saying it's declassified now doesn't help.
Yeah.
Unless they're adding something new, unless they go, well, you guys haven't heard of this case, or fucking Krang came and spoke to us. Unless they do something like that.
Krang.
Yeah, unless they do something like that, it will change nothing. Like,
No, you're absolutely right. Unless an alien shows up and he's like, hello, I just here for the work in American Dream.
how funny would that be?
Why is he Indian?
Yeah, that was like
I
a
don't know.
half Indian, half Mexican accent.
It was a little bit of a mix. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was just going nuts a little.
And
By the way, I messaged that other account, my 100th account follower. It's a bot account from India.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 100%.
You want to send me a gift card?
Yeah.
Man, I don't
Show
know
me
what-
tits. Show me
I
your
don't know what
thoughts.
it is. Lately, I've been getting crazy spam messages
Where?
on Instagram.
Oh, I get Instagram spam messages, but they're filtered
I
out
got a
now.
bunch.
But
too.
they've been ramped up. Like I got like fucking 20 in a day at some point. I was like, what
That's
the
because
fuck
you've
is
been
going on?
following too many fucking troll
Yeah,
accounts.
they go to all the, if you follow too many of those accounts, because they
They're
think
like,
that,
he seems like a degenerate.
yeah, they think that
fuck
you're
to
easy
him.
to trick.
Fuck yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta go on a purge.
Yeah, but it's funny because if you look at it, it's like, who's falling for this?
Ooh, purge.
Click link for boob.
Yeah. Or
I
like,
love Bob.
Yeah.
you want sex now?
Yeah. Those are the best. You want sex now? I was like, who talks like that?
I love that meme you always share, Poseidon. I don't know if you share it because you love it or you always forget the last time you
I
shared
probably
it.
forget.
It's the one that says, when girls in my neighborhood are looking to get my
Oh,
cock.
yeah,
and
yeah.
It's the guy holding his rooster terrified. Okay,
Yes,
so,
that one's
by
so
the way,
funny.
Yeah.
100th and the first person, the two people who are going to get something from me, so DM me if you're in there. If not, I'll reach out to you, is Payo Beats, and Alberto.
Payo Beats and Alberto. We should have music for that.
Getting stuff
Payo
from Fill My
Beats.
Hole.
Fill my hole.
Fill my
Oh,
hole.
oh, oh, oh,
Fill my
oh,
hole.
oh, oh.
Hey, by the
So,
way, what's
yeah.
up with? Did you guys see that fucking Necronomicon that Biden was sworn in on?
Yeah, he was sworn in on.
Look at that. It's always that big.
Well, I don't. Yeah, it's always they're big books. It's just from that angle, it looked like that book from the Evil Dead.
Yeah, the Necronomicon Ex Mortis.
Yeah. So it looked like they're like, yo, we need this. Why? The guy's about to die, bro. We need to make sure he stays resurrected.
Going.
The
Yo,
goddamn
what's
zombie.
that fucking magic spell from the Evil Dead? You remember it?
Oh, I don't
The
remember.
famous one. Something Nikto.
No, me. I remember one word in the Chucky one. Tembela.
Of course you remember
Yeah.
that.
Something. Tembela. It used to make me laugh. Tembela.
Fucking spell.
Lazy.
Naturum de Monato. La 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 la. What is it? Nikto. It's something Nikto. I just can't.
Did you watch
Nikto.
WandaVision yet?
No, not yet. I haven't had a chance.
I think there
I've
might
been
be more
watching,
episodes coming out
Your
today.
Honor, that's why.
I watched the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to
There's
watch.
like 5.
I want to watch the next.
wanna
Oh,
watch,
I
like,
finished The
5 in a
Deuce
row.
You
yesterday.
did? Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I finished
what?
The Deuce yesterday. It's a show. It's a
What's that?
3-season show with James Franco,
Oh,
uh,
yeah. I know what that is. I've never
Jake
seen it, though.
Gyllenhaal's sister,
Those-
Jill Gyllenhaal.
Her name is Jill Gyllenhaal.
Jack and Jill. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Their parents were creative. So Gyllenhaal, and it was fuck, man. I liked it. I like the way it ended too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes me sad, but it was good. They actually ended it because people were telling me, "Oh, I got canceled." There was no loose ends. Like they ended.
okay.
The arc actually ends after
Okay,
3
that's
seasons.
pretty cool. I like
yeah.
that.
No, I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to season 3 of The Boys because I enjoyed the first 2 seasons a lot.
Oh, I bet you. do.
And now like the guy who created Supernatural and Timeless, like Kripke, he's like the showrunner for
The Boys.
The Boys.
He
Now
wasn't
they're bringing
before.
it-
18 seasons.
What?
Yeah, the fucking dude, Supernatural doesn't stop.
Supernatural finished.
Yeah, after how many years, Phil? Supernatural
15 years,
started
the
in
longest running
1954.
sci-fi show in history, I think,
it's a
except
lot-
for Doctor Who, but it's not the same.
Doctor Who,
I
bro.
don't care what anyone says. I fucking loved Supernatural. It had bad seasons, but I enjoyed it. I was along for the ride.
Look, I
Can
enjoyed
we
it
make
too.
enemies on this show right now? Because people talk about Doctor Who all the time. It's not a
It
good
sucks.
show. It's not a good show.
It's not a good show at all.
Hey, boy, I'm a doctor. Shut the fuck up,
Is it-
stupid.
It is a bad show. I don't care what anyone says, and it's not like, oh, it's too camp for me. I literally watched Farscape, all of it with puppets. Okay, I will watch any kind of sci-fi, the dirtiest, dankest kind of sci-fi. This is terrible.
Yeah.
I've tried. Why?
If we're
does he
being
have the
honest, it
TARDIS?
should be called Doctor Who. The fuck would watch this?
Who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
Viking was good in the first season. I watched a bit of it, but right now I'm watching Your Honor, and it's fucking phenomenal.
I
Bryan
object.
Cranston is the best.
Man, Peaky Blinders was something else.
Not
haven't seen
sci-fi, but I'm with you.
Yeah, neither is Your Honor sci-fi.
Oh no, I thought we were just talking about shows. I'm sorry.
I'm just busting
okay,
balls.
okay.
Don't worry. I like Peaky Blinders. I like that guy, the stars in it with the fucking weird face.
Yeah, bro.
I like that guy.
He played his role so well.
He's the guy who played Scarecrow in Batman Begins.
Oh, he
Oh,
did.
oh fuck, what's his name? I
Yeah.
know who it is.
I
Yeah,
forgot his name too.
He's
but
got a face, bro.
He's got the.
most people do.
He's got the really like hood,
Big,
like
deep
skin-
eye sockets.
Yeah, deep eye sockets.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah,
I think so. What's his name?
that's what it is. Yeah, it makes him look a little skeletal.
He does look a little skeletal.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got an interesting face. I like his face.
It's deep eye sockets that he has.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I like him though. He's a fucking. He's got a face, bro. You know what I mean? Like you need a good face for a good movie if you're a good actor too. And he's a good actor. and He's got a good face.
He's a very good actor.
His name is
He killed that
Cillian
role.
Murphy.
Silly, bro. He's got a cool ass name too.
He does
Bro,
have a
he-
cool last name.
he
Who is that,
killed-
Irish, Scottish? No, I don't know.
Murphy.
Cillian.
Oh, Westworld. I haven't finished the second season, but Westworld was fun.
Yeah,
Well, I haven't watched Westworld yet.
Oh, it's fun, bro.
Hmm.
Westworld is good, man.
bro. But Peaky
No,
Blinders.
honestly, it's not sci-fi, but I can't suggest. I can't recommend Your Honor enough. Bryan Cranston. It's been too long since he's been on TV. Honestly.
Bryan Cranston.
in Peaky Blinders,
He's
even
great.
the guy, his brother, the guy that's like a bit fucked up, he gets very enraged in Peaky Blinders. He played the role very well too.
You ever seen Argo?
The movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I was watching Argo the other day. I hadn't seen it in years.
Phenomenal
It
movie.
was actually a good fucking movie.
It's a great
Ben
fucking movie.
Ben
and you get a
Affleck
little
had
bit
that
of
cool
Canadian
haircut.
pride in there too.
Yeah, it's funny because they had that Canadian actor playing a Canadian ambassador.
Yeah, yeah. What's his? What's
He
his
plays in
name?
everything
I'm
Canadian.
now. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah,
Um,
but it was a good.
Argo's great because it also has that side Hollywood history story, right? Where they're making this fake sci-fi movie.
And then they go how you tell me the CIA has like fake production companies in Hollywood that actually make movies, and they're like, yeah, like yeah, we've been doing
Yeah.
it for a while.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
fucking hilarious.
100%.
Yeah, of course, 100%. And then when they're, it's funny with Iran, like what the Iranians are mad at when they walk into the embassy and there's the Ayatollah and there's darts, like they were shooting darts.
Yeah.
Who make this? Who make this? Like the guy's like so pissed at the darts thing.
I don't remember that scene.
Yeah, it's like fuck, man, remove the darts. Who make this? You make this? Who make this? Is the funniest fucking thing. And then at the end when they're trying to escape on the plane, they're checking their passports. That last guy, that last soldier, he's like super aggressive, but he's like you could tell he's like a handsome, like he's like a handsome dude. Like they chose a really good looking guy. It's like all the other ones look like goblins, and it's just this handsome guy like just going crazy at them. And then he gets it, and he's like, how do I prove this is fucking real or not? What if they're lying? So he has the card, and he's gonna call Hollywood to call
I
the
remember.
production guy.
Oh,
And
that whole scene where they're running for the phone.
yeah, and it's so funny because he's like, "Fuck it, I'm calling the White Devil," and he calls Hollywood, and you don't know if he could speak English or not. Yeah, he's like, "Yes, hello, I want to speak to blah, blah, Murphy, whatever the fuck his name is." Like, "Oh, sorry, he's out of country for a film location, scouting location." And as he starts talking, that's all he needed. So he hangs up, And he's like, okay, it's a location. And when he goes into the room, he sees that everybody else, the goblins, they're all easily entertained. They want storyboards, like as if it's a third world. Like 2 weeks before this happened, or 2 months before, like the Ayatollah took over, they were like a modern country.
Yeah.
And then instantly they turn into savages. Like it's fucking hilarious.
The Ayatollah or the Shah?
No, when the Shah was there, they were more modern. Then the Ayatollah came back in. And even when we were making the movie, he goes, he goes, what do you say? He goes, you want to make a movie, huh? It was, this is the cultural ministry. It better be a movie that we like. And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, like 70% of the theaters here before the Ayatollah came back were showing pornography. And I was like, that's a high number. That's
a very high number.
Somebody should comment on that. Like that's your thing. Like it should have been maybe 5%, 2%. Why are so many theaters just showing porn? Like that's not an American issue.
Someone had to jerk him off,
High sex drive. I saw a movie yesterday. I forgot the fucking name, bro. It was new.
Watched it yesterday. How did you forget the title?
Because I didn't like it.
Oh,
it was garbage. It was the leader in Sons of Anarchy, the old guy,
Ron Perlman.
Yeah, him.
Yeah,
he was in it too. But I fell asleep like fucking halfway through, bro. It was garbage. Like there was.
But if you don't have the movie, you're not telling us anything.
Hold on. How did you fall asleep? I thought you couldn't sleep last night.
Yeah, you're full of shit.
I fell asleep way later, bro, because sometimes I'll need something.
There's a lot of holes in this story.
I'm gonna flip this fucking day. Yo, by the way, Poseidon, just to remind people that your show tomorrow, In Bed with Poseidon.
Oh, it's 11:58.
Is at 4 p.m. tomorrow, only for patrons. Patreon.com/Pantelis. If you're not a patron, join the Patreon. Patreon.com/Pantelis. Movie night is supposed to go tomorrow at 6 p.m. Are you ready for that?
I'm fucking ready.
But what time is the UFC event tomorrow? Conor McGregor is fighting. People want to watch that. I think it's early in the day.
I don't know.
Because I think it's in Dubai. So there's that hour difference. So it's probably earlier in the day, so we're fine. I don't want to compete. Because I believe our Discord is going to also be showing the UFC event. So I don't want to compete with our own people. It would be rude. 6 p.m. tomorrow, movie night. We're going to pick a movie. We're going to watch it with you. If, of course, you are on Patreon, you will get access to the Patreon Discord channel. My co-pilot on this magic carpet ride this morning, Mr. Phil Balabanos, has his own podcast. It's called Fill My Hole. And if you wanted to fill your hole, you look at the link in the description, you click on it, and you subscribe to his podcast. Oh, he's going to fill your crevices, ladies. Fill My Hole. New episodes drop weekly. Sunday nights, right? 8 p.m. when the curfew starts.
Sunday, right after curfew.
Right after curfew, there's a new episode of Filling the Holing. 2-drink minimum. New episodes drop every Wednesday, but you can catch them live when they're initially recorded Monday nights at 8 p.m. if you head over to the 2-drink minimum YouTube channel. Patreon.com/Pantelis, where you're going to go to get exclusive podcasts. PantelisComedy.com is where you go to link to all of our stuff that we do around here. And you can follow our main man, Poseidon, who's producing the morning show. Poseidon is always writing stupid shit on the internet. You can follow him on Instagram, ThePoseidon69. Twitter, same handle, ThePoseidon69. And if you like video games, Poseidon loves video games. He's playing them and he's streaming them. Twitch.tv/ThePoseidon69. What are you going to say, Poseidon?
Yeah, and also, once I build a crazy setup, I'm going to be going live with much more different games.
Much more different games. He's gonna game it up over there. Thank you all for watching. Check out the Patreon. Go fuck yourself. Stay safe.